the career on, and yet it worked.
And hers is better than yours.
I know, it worked.
Maybe you should start doing that. Let's hear it.
Whoa!
See?
I just don't know how far there's going to go.
Cast with that.
I don't know how far it's going to go.
Oh, could you do that for us? One cast.
Could you rate TMA Wives listeners' breasts? Mrs. Swinghaven is a 34D fake. Thanks. That's from Swinghaven board number. What in the hell?
In fake.
Fake?
What's wrong with us?
You go a little bigger. They're going to be fake.
Oh, yeah.
You're not happy with that?
Merle took the lead.
Merle? Terry Weigel's
Milton,
next?
sorry.
Recently?
It's just made up.
Well, no, I found it. 11-inch.
Who knows?
30 centimeters. So he's number one.
Right,
Sean Connery right behind him now.
So Milton Berle's been dead for 30 years, but he just took the lead over Sean Connery.
Right, because we have accurate proof of this.
Well, you've heard people say that Milton Berle is hung, and I'm going by actresses, like I said, who have seen him. I guess
Brett Summers wrote a memoir on giant Hollywood hogs. Thanks, Matt, who bowls at Hank's Big 9 o'clock hour for Matt.
Now, she was married to Jack Klugman.
Yeah, she was. She was also big on the game circuit.
That's how she got in. She did nothing else, as far as I know. Had no other show credits, anything.
Guys, don't make us start sending in pictures of our significant other's breasts. Thanks. That's from the 3. Well, I mean, nobody did.
No,
nobody said
don't
make us
do it. No.
Don't make us do it.
No. And, of course, they're going to come in anyway, and it's not going to be of the wives.
No, it'll be whatever picture they can get on the internet.
My guess it'll be men.
Based on our text inbox, I have to tell you, our listeners have some of the hottest women as wives.
Gosh, yeah. It's like going to the Yankees' wives section during a game. There's just one supermodel after the next.
Not sure of my little lady's bust size, but Doug's areolas are huge. That's from Butch Patrick's Werewolf Doll.
See, you don't know that, do you?
That Hugh Beaumont was hanging dong. It's from Doug Vaughn's Illicit East Side Lover. Is that true? Is that in there?
We have no way of knowing.
Pablo has an article.
Well, I'm looking at this one now.
You could have written the article and just make up these measurements.
He left the business to sell Christmas trees.
Hugh Beaumont?
Yeah.
Cut it out.
When he left, when Leave It to Beaver went off the air, he moved back to Minnesota and opened a Christmas tree farm.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ward Cleaver said to be huge.
Oh, come on. You can throw out any name, and we're just going to go with it. Oh, wow. You got to be Red Skelton? Oh, wow.
Put that on.
You're just making stuff up.
Maury Amsterdam.
Oh, enormous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're reading off a website that has no legitimacy.
Actually, this is just a kind of a comment board.
Right.
Yeah. A comment board. But they have the centimeter. They know how long these are.
Called the Data Lounge.
Sure.
Doug, it's well known that John Hamm has a massive D. That's from the Hamaconda.
Extremely well known. Everyone knows it.
I think somebody on his show said that once, that you could see it through his pants in one
for
episode.
heaven's sake.
I believe that's true. Somebody on Mad Men, one of the cast said that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, our listeners are starting to send in pictures of their wives, but they look like Victoria's Secret models.
Well, they all are.
What a shock.
Sir, once they started listening to this show, they got rid of the old hag, and they hooked up with supermodel.
Because it's so cool to be listening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Guys, the love on that bull, Nancy Lopez, could feed a family of 16? What does that mean?
Straight. She was married to Ray Knight.
Guys, I just got in trouble for laughing at my desk. Apparently everybody else here is working. It's from Danny Tanner.
Danny Tanner. Laughing about it.
And there's nothing funny on this.
There isn't.
Guys, my wife is a 34D, but her best friend, who she has experimented with, is a 38 triple D.
It's a lie. First of all, you don't have a wife.
So hot.
No.
Everything is so hot on this show.
Yeah.
Doug, don't forget about Tom Bosley's meat.
No. How could you? Boy, the stories that they would tell. The actresses that worked with him.
There is a
Marion Ross on
there is an element
Happy
of
Days. Boy, she would tell some stories.
Everyone associated with this show, it's champagne wishes and caviar dreams.
Mm-hmm. Robin Leach.
Oh, I bet that dude is hung too.
Oh God, he would have to have done the show he did. Yeah. Oh, I see the stock market's on fire. It's up 140 points.
What? You're not going to touch your 401k
we're up
anyway.
over 25,000 now. That's pretty sweet.
All right, let it ride.
Well, I am. I didn't say, I got to get out of the market. I said, how great is this?
It's fine. It'll go down. It'll go up. Ah, yes, the market. Long term. You're in it for the long term. You're not ready to retire?
No.
I kind of abbreviate when I do the drops. I don't write out the whole thing. From 9:08 to 9:14, the last 4 drops, huge hung.
Nice.
It's a good hour.
Iggy,
It's
Swing
nice
Haven
6
board
minutes.
member, just sent in what he claims is a picture of his wife.
Okay, yeah. If it is,
But you're sideways with them now. I can't remember what knocked you guys off track. Something happened.
maybe because I wrote a prisoner,
Oh, that's right.
turned him off. Well, if that
And
is
you
her,
said she was going to be on the show this morning, but what happened?
she didn't call. She didn't
Yeah.
call last night, and then I sent her a message.
Well,
I
she's
said,
in jail. She can't call.
no, she's out of jail. And I said, I'm going to bed. I said, but, whenever you want to call, just let me know. I'm usually available.
Doug, this is about the time that grandparents start to go left and right, so.
No, I don't know.
situation.
But then I sent her
You
a message.
think somebody from the fan page got to her?
Probably. Only because she was very excited in the message. I'll let you read the messages. She said, can I do it tomorrow? And I said, yeah, that's fine. I'll be home tomorrow night. She goes, great. I'm really looking forward to talking to you.
Yeah, fun
Right.
time.
And then all of a sudden, now nothing. So
Where'd she go?
Doug, here is a picture of one of the listeners' wives driving their boat.
Sure. Just a cute little thing.
It's a nice boat, too.
Yeah, just a bikini model, that's all.
I will say, Winghaven, if that is your wife, because I can't see the face, but a great butt. I will give her that.
Okay, Iggy.
But you don't believe that's her.
Well, I can't see the face. I don't know.
So you know the face of the Swing Haven board member's wife.
He sent in the same girl. Now, whether it's his wife or not, but at least he's taking pictures from somebody else's Facebook page of the same person.
She has romantic, she has family, and she has also sexy modes.
But if that's your wife, yeah, she's very nice.
But they're sideways with you. You're not sideways with them, and they're sideways with you because you wrote a prisoner.
Yeah, I don't know why that would make you sideways.
I like feet!
I did it for a segment, and she turned out to be a very sweet person that she seemed to be happy when she got my letter, so I just wanted to make her happy.
Can you hear me good?
She's on the outside now, isn't she?
Living in Kansas City, yeah.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPNT-FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day. Rise and shine, St. Louis. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After on KPNT-FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. At the Morning After STL on YouTube and on TMASTL.com with Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Iggy Strode, The Plowboy, and Action Jackson.
7:07 in St. Louis. You're listening to the Ryan Kelly Morning After. We are in our Michelob Ultra Studios. Munganast, St. Louis Acura, Alton Toyota. 7 o'clock hour. Timothy Michael McKernan, Douglas Sullivan Vaughn, Kenneth Iggy Strode, the Plowhawk, Action Jackson with you. And Doug, this is the start of the final day of the week for TMA in 2023. 3-day weekend coming up. And then we'll be back at it on Tuesday.
Okay.
And then the following Saturday, we head to Jamaica and sleep together.
Well, I didn't hear the part about sleeping together.
You're sleeping
Is that-
with somebody.
Is that baked into the trip?
Baked in. Oh, I like that term. Baked in.
Who are you sleeping with? You're taking somebody.
My son will be there.
Greg
I
Vaughn.
guess he'll be on one end of the bed, and I'll be on the other.
Well, that's sleeping together.
Well, not really.
Tim didn't say sex. He said sleeping together.
Oh,
There's a difference.
So if you're
okay.
sleeping in the same bed,
All
you're
right.
sleeping
But,
together.
But we're not sleeping with each other. Are we? That's not. We don't have to.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you don't know that.
Yeah, is it baked in?
A couple of drinks, you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I do. I know what's not going to happen. I'm not sleeping with any of us.
I may get drunk one night and end up in Lisa Ann and Jackson's bed.
MMF.
The more popular one. No, less popular one.
I know, that's the more popular.
More popular one.
If I'm asleep, just don't wake me up. Just do what you gotta do.
Well, I'll just be laying there.
Yeah, that's true.
That'll be the. How hot would that be?
Not that hot, really.
You can text in with how hot it would be. Engineer Design Facilities text inbox 314-881-TMA5. A lot of phone calls here in 2023. That was something that the consultant said we should do, is take more calls. So we're doing it with the Steve Schmidt Kia North
Okay.
County phone line, 636-9004 TMA. And, of course, email in for our Design Air Heating and Cooling email today, the morning after at InsideSTL.com. And go to TMASTL.com and compete with the retired air marshal is calling his shot. He is going to be the January Milagro Tequila Listener of the Month. Welcome to a brighter side of tequila with Milagro. It's TMASTL.com, the Listener of the Month. And you can just sign up, and then the dais will get together at a papal conclave and vote on each month's Listener of the Month. Milagro Tequila, the sponsor of our Listener of the Month. Come on in, friends. The water is warm here in our Munganast 7 o'clock hour. Boy, a lot of people competing to be the first texter of the day. That's becoming a thing here. Who wants to? The first one that was sent in after 7 o'clock is Tim has a massive hog. I saw it behind the dumpster. That's from Doug's Plumber. Bennetville Bear says, Doug, I just serviced myself. That was 710. Also 710, retired air marshal, who wants to be the Milagro Tequila January Listener of the Month. Doug, it's cold this morning. Can we cuddle naked?
Why would they send these texts in?
I just read what's in the prompter. Hey, fellas, third day in a row. I got an erection. Thanks, Doug. Total package. Iggy, get to put in bay this summer for Pitbull. Don't know what that means. Do you know what it is?
Put in for tickets?
Get in bay.
It says put in bay.
What is put in bay?
Looks like there's some sort of bash on the bay this August.
Here?
What bay do we have?
It's at the
Bay which?
Lake Erie. It's in Lake Erie.
Nice.
I'm nowhere near Lake Erie.
Well, Cleveland.
But I'm not near there.
You'd go up to Cleveland to see Pitbull, wouldn't you?
I saw him last summer. I'm fine.
Where'd you see him? Oh, here, right?
Yeah. Hollywood Casino Amphitheater.
Sick.
Yeah. Well, and you enjoyed the show?
I did. I went to a lot of concerts last year. Thank you to Hubbard. I think we have an app contest that we're giving away concert tickets, aren't we, Jackson?
Adam Sandler tickets.
Yep.
I mean, Adam Sandler tickets, okay.
Yes, sir. Just go to TMASTL app or TMASTL.com. Sign up. Easy money.
Yeah,
Go to see the GOAT.
I'm going to Big Head Todd tonight at the pageant.
Where you going with, bro?
I don't know.
Uh-oh. Three-bedded Doug. Take the pot down.
If I go by myself, I go by myself.
What husband's going to solicit their wife?
Yeah, you beat the texters to it, buddy.
I don't know if I...
Are you going with a wife?
I don't know who I'm taking yet.
Doug, if it was a no, it would be a no
Well,
answer.
it's tonight,
I
right?
got a few feelers out.
A few feelers. I like that.
If I don't have anybody, I'll go by myself.
I got to make sure at around 8 o'clock that Anna Marie is home.
Right.
Or else I'll be
I
out in
said,
the
going out
parking
for a
lot.
night with the girls. Not so much.
Well, maybe a few other.
Oh, that
wives.
reminds me. She, the Christmas card situation. First off, Jenny the lesbian texted me to say she doesn't know what happened because her and the Viking Queen have not moved. And then Anna Marie has taken Janie the lesbian's Christmas card, and she now she's given it for me to give to you. That reminds me, Doug, these are things that I am assigned.
Okay. No, I got my card, and it was nice to get a Christmas card from a coworker.
A little late.
And I know not everyone gets them, which made it especially nice for me to receive the one that I did.
And then a little sheet here to get the addresses of Mr. Ken Strode, Mr. Plowsy, and Madison, and Mr. Piddles.
Oh.
So like I got now I've been given tasks.
Yes, sure. I know
Today,
how it
but
goes. I
you
know.
know, you can see that this was never sent to Jenny and her lovely wife. It was always to Uncle Iggy.
Okay.
And Anna Marie made sure to say Happy New Year. So there you go. That's for you.
Oh, it came back.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, well, it's too late now, isn't it? The damage has been done.
Well, you got the Maryland Heights right.
Okay.
Thank you, Anna Marie and Tim and Jameson and Aiden.
No problem. It's our pleasure. I'm very involved in the Christmas card process.
Right. Yeah, I'm sure that's something that you take very seriously.
Are you even in the picture?
I am not. I was cocked by Santa. Tim, my wife wanted to say thank you for the Christmas card. Our decorations are down now, but we framed it and put it on the wall in the living room. It's from Larry Thornton.
Yeah, I think most of the listeners got them, and a couple of the other people on the show. But
correct.
certainly not everyone.
Not everybody.
No.
Yeah, Plowhawk, we need your address.
Certainly not everyone.
Oh, yeah, I live in a penthouse.
The little lumberjack is kicking himself for not taking Lisa Ann up on sharing a room now that she's singled up. That's from Michael Frank's Love.
Well, that couldn't be further than the truth, from the truth.
Right.
Why didn't you want her as a roommate?
Because I want my own room.
Well, everyone would want their own room.
All right, well, I got mine.
Just by pouting?
Well, you don't have your own room because you're bringing somebody.
Yeah. But I'd still like my own room.
Well, it's not possible. It's a
Well, you
double.
were able to bring someone too.
But I'm not. And I have my own room.
Put your address right there.
I just send it to Maryland Heights. They know who I am.
Yeah.
Mayor.
Your P.O. Box, Maryland Heights.
The address is Iggy, Maryland
Just
Heights.
put Iggy, Maryland Heights.
Imagine they just throw it out the window into the Maryland Heights, and it just floats to Iggy's apartment.
Hey, Tim, since we're getting close to opening day for STLSC, can Jackson get us up to speed on Game Chance? That's from 314.
Has there been new ones released?
Doug, have there been new chants released?
I think we all remember the Burkeye chant.
Oh, I don't know.
I'll go look it up. I'll just pipe myself in whenever it seems inappropriate, and I'll just start screaming the chant.
Oh, that'd be good. I like that.
I left my phone at home, and I'm just like naked. I told Doug, I said, "What do we do before there were phones? I've only been here like 10 minutes, and I want to look at my phone. I don't have it."
Oh, so you don't have your phone today?
No,
Uh-oh.
It's a terrible feeling.
Well, for some reason, I got up and I played my golf rival, and I said, well, while I'm brushing my teeth and everything, I'll just charge it back up, even though it was like 88. I said, I'll just put it back in, and then I left it at home. Not that I need anything for it, but, you pick it up to see what time it is, or check an email, but...
See if any married women are going to take you up on the invitation to go to the
said I can go tonight, and then I don't get back.
But you have feelers out.
Yeah. If they don't go, they don't go.
What are your chances?
That'll be the last opportunity to go anywhere with me.
Oh, you ask them out one time, and if they say no, that's it?
Ultimatum.
Well, if they don't get back to me, at least return the text messages.
Okay.
At least be kind enough to do that. I can't go. Thanks for the offer, but if I don't even get that back, then they're out forever.
How many gals did you ask?
2.
2, 3, okay. Was there one you'd rather go more than the other?
Good question.
No.
Are they both married?
Neither are married.
Look at that, Doug. Look at that.
What if they both text or call at the exact same time and say, sure, I'd love to go?
Decide who I texted first.
Okay.
Sold that show, bro?
I wouldn't think so.
Really?
What kind of music does Big Head Todd play?
Kind of popish. I would tell Plowsy to play Bittersweet.
Oh, Doug, what an opening riff.
He's not doing that. Yeah, the riff in the middle after the second verse.
Oh, Bill.
He is very good.
He doesn't play that anymore?
Yeah.
He doesn't. He does Big Head Todd play Bittersweet?
Yeah.
He does. Okay, I thought you said I was about to say he doesn't play something.
No, yeah, they should probably play it on a loop. It's about the only song that I really enjoy. Good music, but maybe Plowsy's going to do it for me. I don't know.
Yeah, after this 15-second ad.
St. Louis till I die, St. Louis till I die. I know I am, I'm sure I am, St. Louis till I die.
I saw them at Red Rocks.
That's the whole chant.
I saw them at Red Rocks, and that was
that for the soccer game?
A good show.
Yeah, that was a soccer chant.
Oh, Doug, listen to this. Does this take you back to 1994 or 95?
I don't know the years, Tim.
Oh, Bill. I'm back at 500 South College Avenue.
Are you?
That's where I am. Zai. Get my balls hazed off.
Oh.
Had long hair.
How long?
Kind of down to here.
Down to the shoulders?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You're a real rebel.
Great song. Fans go crazy during this song.
They do? What do they do?
They just love the way he sings and the guitar, and just guitar player, bass player, keyboard player, drummer.
Doug, there's the band.
I think he is. I think he's of Native American descent.
Who is he?
I think so. They live in Colorado. A lot of Native Americans in Colorado. I think that's what his descent is. And maybe I'll meet him tonight. I don't know.
Oh, really? You got backstage passes?
I'm going to ask.
Who do you ask?
The folks at Hubbard who are in charge of that concert.
Oh, Hubbard's putting it on?
I think it's probably a, maybe an Arch. Maybe the Arch. Almost every concert that comes here is presented by some station here.
Yeah.
That's how big we are. Los Lonely Boys comes, it'll be
us.
157 HD2.
TMA HD2.
Is this Big Head Todd and the Monsters?
That's correct, sir.
I don't think they go by the Monsters anymore.
It says they're playing in St. Paul, Minnesota tonight.
Perfect. Absolutely
Oh,
perfect.
no.
No, I thought the concert was tonight.
You saw that Saint, and you thought it might be St. Louis?
It says Friday, January 13th, St. Paul, Minnesota, at the Palace Theater.
Oh, no.
Is it
You
next,
vacationing, sir?
is it next Friday?
They're in here next Friday.
Oh, God.
And it's sold out.
What is sold out?
Oh, but you already have tickets.
Oh, I put my name on the list. I think I was the only one on the list, so I figured I'd get them.
Wow, this girls' night out, the
Oh,
husband
I
found out about is
I have
gonna
my,
be
you don't have my
canceled.
phone either. I
Text
text
the
right now.
feelers.
Your wife's going to have to get tickets, too.
I could. I mean, I put my name in, and I thought it was Friday the 13th.
Well, they give you an email if you got the tickets.
I know.
Good morning. 90% of the listeners have no clue who Big Head Todd is, and 100% don't care. Doug, there's like research coming in.
I'd heard the
646.
name, but I don't know who they
get
are. I
that?
couldn't recognize
Get
them.
that date wrong. Well,
Could be why you haven't heard back from any of the ladies.
I'd rather listen to 3 hours of Jackson's chants than 10 seconds of Strode's garbage bands. It's from the old Appleton Step Down.
Oh,
what is wrong with that song? You may not like Big Head Todd, but that song, everybody's got to like that song, don't you?
Damn it, Jackson. It would have been great to just let him drive down there for the non-existent concert. That's from KG in O-Town.
Well, I was just looking to see who was putting on the concert, and then I saw that they were in St. Paul, and I was like, what happened?
Well, I guess I'm going. I would have known because I wouldn't have got an email about the tickets. And I was saying, well, I guess I'm not getting them. But they're not going to send it out a week in advance.
I just imagine you like the John Travolta gift from Pulp Fiction outside the concert venue, looking around. Where's everybody?
God, I'm a week off. Well, I haven't looked
these
at
things
it.
happen when
I haven't
we
looked
age.
at it in a couple of weeks, and I just figured I thought it was Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
Oh well, next Friday. I'm sorry.
Okay. No, it's quite all right.
Well, I got another week to find somebody.
And an open night tonight.
Yeah, look at you. What are you going to do? Friday night is pizza
Got
night?
nothing to do tonight.
Doug, where are you going to get pizza from tonight?
Tonight I'm going to that Blues Hall of Fame induction ceremony.
Oh, are you really?
At the MAC. Yeah. I don't think they'll be serving pizza, but
Might.
they could, yeah.
You seeing it?
No, just facing the crowd.
Who's going in?
Scotty Bowman is,
Scotty
I can
Bowman,
tell you that.
Glenn Hall, Rick
Mr. Goalie.
Berenson, and Gary Younger.
You guys going to have a soak before?
Who?
You and the boys?
I won't be soaking.
Well, it was at the MAC, right?
Yeah.
They got that.
I don't go there.
Tub
so
area.
I don't know that they still have it.
What Hall of Fame is this?
Blues.
And those guys weren't in before?
They didn't have a Blues Hall of Fame before. They're going to have one kind of like the Cardinals have a Hall of Fame.
Those are four legends.
Mm-hmm. The guys who are already in the Hockey Hall of Fame, I guess they're putting them in the Blues Hall of Fame also, but they've already had their big moment, like the Bernie Federkos and the Al McGinnis. Those guys. They'll be in it too, but this is considered the first class.
So the guys that have their jerseys retired will automatically go in?
Yeah, I believe that's how it works.
Well, have fun.
Plowsy, today is my 18th anniversary of quitting smoking. I am so happy for you that you quit, and I wish you continued success in your quit. That's from the 314.
Thank you, 314.
How many days are we on now?
The last one's Saturday at 7:30 in the morning. So, day 6.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Are the cravings lessening?
Yeah, how you
at
doing
all?
with it?
I think they've gotten a lot worse at night.
Yeah.
Find myself waking up and I'm like sweating.
Is it tough to fall asleep?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like withdrawals or anything. It could just be like I have too many blankets on, but certainly hasn't happened until I quit. But I just stuff my face with food before bed, and so
What treat did you have last night?
I had a big bowl of honeycomb and just a banana nut muffin.
Nice.
Yeah,
Something light.
kind of one of those.
You
Yeah.
don't eat too heavy before bed.
My mother-in-law, who listens to this show, which just has to be such a...
Well, she is great. too.
Horrifying.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the word.
Mm-hmm.
But yet, I've been with her daughter for 15 years. Texted me last night. Could not be more excited for you, Plowhawk.
Good.
She said, I heard on the show that Plowboys quit smoking. Would you please give him my best for good luck and tell him how very proud of him I am for this decision to quit? He said Jay's death influenced him, and there was a host of other factors that led him to give up the addiction to nicotine. As you may recall, my dad was a heavy smoker, died of lung cancer at 40. Every opportunity I have to speak out against smoking, I do so. And she was a teacher, and she said, I believe my high school students know how I feel about the subject also, and I would like to think I kept some students from starting to smoke. Give Plowboy my applause for his decision and my encouragement to enjoy life as a non-smoker. Thanks, Tim. How about that?
Yeah, she's so nice.
There she is.
I remember dropping just some treats, remember, in Florida. That was the Nipple Sand House, with Joe Rod.
I beg your pardon, sir?
Remember, we went to Publix, and I bought way too much food, and so we needed to put it somewhere. We didn't want to throw it away, so we dropped it off.
We brought it over to our house.
Oh, that's right.
And when I'm down there, Anna Marie's parents stay with us, and I guess you ran into...
Yeah,
I don't know if they saw Rodder Express or not.
No, but she looked, and she was so nice because you could tell on her face none of it was going to be eaten. It was like Lunchables and like frozen pizzas, like, not normal humans eat those every day. I just think that.
Well, it was so nice, though.
She couldn't have been nicer. Actually put it in the freezer, even though it probably went in the trash 10 minutes later. They are great.
Kind gesture to drop off that bologna and crackers and cheese.
We're just really not, we're doing us a favor by just getting rid of it by the time we get to the airport.
Well, you probably just added 25 years to your life by stopping smoking.
I don't know about that, but it's certainly, I don't know the process of how long you smoke, when you quit,
It varies.
the age.
It varies with everybody.
It all varies, so.
Some people smoke all their lives and live to be 95, and some people barely smoke. Who was it? Andy Kaufman got lung cancer. He never smoked.
My grandma, I talked about this a couple times, Irma, she was like 4'8", dude. She was like tiniest little, but she was a badass. But she was a 2-pack-a-day smoker. I mean, man, for 40, 50 years, and didn't have anything. Didn't have emphysema, didn't have anything, which is insane to think about.
Well, maybe you got those genes.
I don't know. Like I said, it's a case-by-case basis, but I appreciate the kind words from your in-laws there, Tim.
Yeah, she was a big fan of what you're doing, Plowhawk, so tip of the cap. Let's see what we got here. Hey, Tim, thanks for the holiday card. Boy, Doug, a lot of the listeners.
Yeah, most people got them.
It made this year's Christmas extra special. Hope you have a great weekend and are blessed with all of the lesbianism. From Scott's Wrinkled Ballsack.
The list of people who did not get cards is probably smaller than the list of those of us who did.
The only address I need now is Jackson's, Mr. Piddles, it says here on the sheet.
I'll come in there at the break and...
Nice. You'll be getting one.
Just say Ledoux.
One cardinal way.
Jackson,
One
Ledoux.
cardinal way. Morning. So is the concert tonight or next week? I'm trying to figure out if my wife will make it home to celebrate our anniversary, if she'll be going to a Lou Bega concert with Iggy while I sit in the car playing with Play-Doh. Thanks, Treasurer for the Coalition of Married Listeners' Husbands looking to third wheel Iggy's date with our wives. It's a treasurer.
It's now a coalition.
Exchequer.
Well, you guys must be doing something wrong because they're saying yes.
This coalition.
No one's wife is safe.
No, I wouldn't think so. In St. Louis, you're just known as King Cuck.
Is that a film? Wasn't that a film and he climbed the Empire State Building?
Kong.
Well, it's not a cuck if the husbands know I'm doing it and they're fine with it, so... And there's nothing
Well, they
involved.
always know you're doing it.
Are these hot wife situations?
No, there's no sex involved. They're friends. I take them to a concert, I take them to dinner, and they go home.
You try to get them drunk?
No.
You ever slip a Mickey?
No.
That's what got Pedro Guerrero in Houston. Remember that? Some gal slipped a Mickey in his drink.
Is that what happened?
They
In his
wiped
drink?
him out.
No.
I think so.
Now, if they try to slip me Mickeys, there's nothing I can do about that.
That's when they're really aggressive, I guess.
I don't see the problem.
With the Mickey?
No, with the dating.
Oh.
It's not even dating. It's
So you are dating these women?
No.
Exclusively.
And tonight you're meeting one in St. Paul?
Yeah, I guess I'm going to Minnesota. Maybe Janie the lesbian will meet me.
Well, the Viking Queen.
Well, I got the
I
St.
haven't heard from her. I mean, outside of texting with her, she hasn't called into the show in a while. I didn't text her and see if she wants to call.
It's that time of year where you're bundled up and under 20 inches of snow. God who could live in that state.
Boy, it's rough there this time of year.
But the summer's got to be the bee's knees,
oh,
right?
it is. Yeah, summer's great. Both months.
That's why I think Dan Deerdorf has a summer house in Michigan.
Yeah, it's Michigan. Well, Michigan's apparently. I've never been there. I guess I have. I went to a Tigers game a long time ago. But
I
it's
heard
Detroit.
I heard the camping's beautiful. I heard they got a ton of great scenery out there.
Doug, why don't we go to Michigan?
I have a couple friends who have houses up there, and they go every summer.
I've heard it's
just
unbelievable.
Dan Deerdorf moved up there. He said it was just
Michigan's
fantastic.
awesome. That's
Why don't we go?
Yeah, but I'm with you. All I've ever really
Iggy's
seen.
frustrated that you just said the Dan Dierdorf thing that he just said.
I saw Iggy.
Oh,
he was
say
nice
that?
enough.
You
not
got to pick up
mention-
these reads if you're sitting at the table. You got to watch all 9 other players.
You are good because I was ready to say something. I just let it go.
I saw that.
Involuntary reactions, whether it be a vein, Doug, it's this vein. If your hand is strong right here, this will pump.
Really?
Or it'll be yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
Or you lean forward if you're strong, backwards if you're weak. It's a whole thing. It's not easy to own souls, but once you do, you can own holes. Doug Marcan is a sponsor. 314-889-0503. And once you own souls, you'll need a financial advisor. 314-889-0503 or go online at evergreenstl.com. Jackson Mark texted me last night to say he loved this week's QFTA.
That's awesome.
God bless him. And he also said he was going to talk to Todd Bono about sending the question in 6 different times. I guess he knows him.
That's the key. If you want it read, send it to Tim 9 times.
He really wanted me to talk about death. I'll talk about death. Yeah, I mean, it's not necessarily. Marcana, 314-889-0503. Work with somebody who truly cares and customizes a plan for you. And as Jackson says, you get off the phone with him and you feel better about the world. Go online at evergreenstl.com or call him. Mark Hanna, Evergreen Wealth Strategies, loyal sponsor of this program and presenting sponsor of Jeremy Rutherford on Wednesdays on the Ryan Kelly Morning After. JR will be with us today at 10:15 on 101 ESPN for the award-winning balloon party presentation. Doug Blues last night. It didn't go well.
No.
And they lose to Laissez Flame. And that wasn't what they were hoping for. As the Flames get 3 points in their stop in St. Louis, the Blues get 2. The Flames, one of the 2 teams from Alberta, the Blues are chasing in that wild card as it stands at this moment.
Then there was a record set last night. Walker Dewar of the Flames became the first guy from South Dakota to score a goal in the NHL.
Bet Henshin's done some stories on him.
Probably has, yeah. Yeah, they just didn't have it. They had some good scoring chances, especially in the first period, but couldn't get anything past Vlader. Is that his name? Vlasic couldn't get anything past Pickles. But didn't have much.
Did you hear Jackson laughing, but it was like muffled?
Did
Jackson, were you laughing?
That's unbelievable you heard that. My mic was switched off, but I really found that it really tickled my fancy.
What did?
Really? Doug saying Pickles.
Wow. You really are becoming 101.
They played a good third period, though, Doug.
Well, the Flames did.
Yeah, they scored 3 goals.
Yeah.
Like one of them was an empty netter with about 3.5 minutes left.
Yeah. That seems a little early to yank your goal.
That's the Chieftains' move, though.
I know.
Every team seems to do that now. Down a goal and they pull a goal.
I get it. You're there to win, so.
Yeah, but you still have, a couple of minutes
optics.
without pulling the goaltender. You might get a odd man rush or, I like to see the stats on how many teams pull their goaltender, how many give up an empty net goal.
Well, I'm sure it's far more likely to give up one, but you do see it where you pull a goalie and you get that late goal to tie it up. That happens. You're no worse off losing by 2 than losing by 1.
Think about it.
Yeah. Does that go against the goaltender's goals against?
I don't think so.
No, it does not. The answer is no. Hey, guys, you can't tell by the pics online, but does the resort in Jamaica have a miss pool behind the Palm Ferns? Palm Ferns. That's from Big Tuft.
A mist pool.
I've never been there. I've only been to Ocho Rios once.
Iggy, let's say you got about $100. Does Jackson have sex while we're in Jamaica?
No.
Wow.
Because I just think he's there to have a fun time, and he'll be playing golf a lot and having dinner with us, and if he picks somebody up, fine, but he's not going to be looking to get laid. I think of Jackson.
Doesn't every man when they're 24 years old look for that?
What else are you doing?
Not if you're only there for 3 days. I think that if he would just go out on the prowl, he could probably pull somebody, but
where's he going to prowl?
At the resort. I don't really think there'll be a lot of single people there. I really don't.
No.
That's when you call in the young bull.
Clip that off.
Well, I don't see you doing an MMF either.
No, I wouldn't do that. But if the husband wants to just sit there.
I'm not sure you do that. That takes a little bit getting used to. The first time I did it, I was appalled when the guy was.
Like, how long does it take to get used to?
You mean I need to get some reps?
No, I mean I was appalled that the guy had no problem with it.
I want to make love.
Maybe if you like,
Frank's going.
maybe if like the TV was on the background, he was like watching a little TV and watching. If it was just solely like I am the entertainment, then I might, I might not flourish.
Well, the first time I did it wasn't Jamaica. It was
where was it?
Off of Telepersonals.
Telegraph Road, Doug.
Oakville?
Yeah.
No, it was that thing before you had
St.
Tinder.
Francis of Assisi is down
Before
there.
Tinder and all that stuff, there was a thing called Telepersonals.
Frankie G's.
I've told the story all the time about the Culpeppers girl.
Yeah. Blarney Stone, I
But
think. Telegraph.
This girl took forever to get back to me. You could leave messages with girls and actually give your phone number out. And I left every time I was on there. And we were on there every night. I kept getting the same, hi, I'm Jennifer, and I'm blah, blah, blah. And, I said, oh, she sounds hot. So I kept leaving her my phone number. She finally called one night.
She did.
And she happened to live like 2 blocks around the corner from where I lived.
Oh, my.
When I lived down there in Utah. And she goes, well, here's the deal. She goes, me and my husband like to play around with another gentleman. I will answer the door in my robe. I'll open my robe. If you like what you see, you come in. If you don't, you can leave.
Well, for heaven's sakes.
So she did. I went. She opened the door and opened the robe. I said, I'm coming in.
Oh, you
Girls
said
love
that.
sex.
And they were watching a blues game.
Hot.
How old was this gal?
I'd be out.
I don't know, probably about 7 years ago.
How old were you?
Early 30s.
Okay.
So anyway, I went in and we just kind of talked, and then she went to town. And the guy's talking blues with me while she's doing that.
How were the Blues doing that now?
Yeah, how were they
I
playing?
don't remember.
Power play was on.
30 years ago?
But he got mad because I
Bernie
finished.
Federko probably still on the club.
I finished and left. He goes, where are you going? I go, I'm going to go.
I want to make love.
It wasn't with Frank.
No, Frank wasn't there.
So you're a selfish lover as soon as...
Well, I was a little taken back. I'd never done that before. And the guy's sitting there, and I guess she wanted to do things first, like foreplay, and then get into it. And then he was going to join in, but I didn't last that long.
No. So did you get off the telepersonals after that?
No, I still used it. But I'm just saying, Jackson, you may be a little leery the first time it happened. You kind of, God, the guy's watching, and he's...
Is he pleasuring himself? Is
No.
that was
He still has
was
the
this
blues.
gentleman on Telegraph pleasuring
No,
himself?
it wasn't Telegraph. It was Utah. I think it was in Wyoming they lived. A couple states over.
South City.
Having trouble following this.
Well, I lived on Utah, and down in that
I think about
area.
the state.
No, down on that area, every street is named after a city.
Yeah, that's right. State streets.
So, I mean, he still had the hockey game on. I mean, he's watching me, but I can see him looking up at the Blues game while it's going on.
More interesting.
So I can see it's a little, you're a little leery the first time you do it.
So you're saying I should get into telepersonals?
Well, that's been gone for 20-something years.
Where were they? Was that the back of the Riverfront Times? Is that what that was?
No, it was...
Wall Street Journal.
I don't think it was.
Guys could call in, and my brother Kevin met his wife through telepersonals. Just like people meet their wives on, you're dating Madison through those things.
Yep. Well, Tinder.
So they weren't all sex. Some people went out. But this was one of the ones that wouldn't have sex.
And it was just a one-time only thing.
With her?
Yeah.
And him? Yeah. I never went back.
But you found others through these personals.
Yeah.
They live on the state streets also?
I don't remember where they live. I just remember this one because it was like 2 blocks away from me.
I'll be darned. Well, that was convenient.
And so because of this, I won't have sex?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you said if they're looking for a bull, and I said
Young bull.
There's probably not going to be a lot of single women down there. And you said, well, if they're looking for a bull, and I said, I don't think you'd do an MMF.
No. But I thought the bull wasn't necessarily for an MMF. It was for a cucking. Am I wrong on that?
I guess Jackson.
Well, it wouldn't be a cucking. It would be he would give you permission.
Okay.
Well, what if he didn't know?
Well, then he would be cucked.
Wow. Jackson, you looking to cuck anybody?
I mean, I guess it's not my goal, but I wouldn't be...
So you would cuck someone?
That would have been an early cuck situation.
I mean, if there's only one option, the option is cucking.
Hello, Cucky.
The decision has been made for me.
Yeah, you'll never see the guy again.
Right. I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, but
You don't want to wind up in the back of a Jamaican dumpster somewhere either.
no. I want to come back in one piece.
Yeah.
I want a life to live. I don't need to waste it all on the cucking.
No.
Nice yarn, Boots. We've heard this one roughly 600 times. Please just get out your phone, stare into it aimlessly, and pout the rest of the show. Doug, that's from the 314.
I don't remember hearing the story.
Well, you just heard it 601 times.
I don't remember hearing
And
that.
Doug's never heard it, so how about that?
Jackson, what is the situation here? Because you've sent this audio a few times. I still haven't played the Mad Dog. He's upset at Stetson Bennett. But you've also sent this thing, and then I read an article about it in the New York Post last night, #show prepping. Michael Kay threatened his producer's job or something?
A different producer, Ray Santiago.
Doug, do you know Ray Santiago?
No, I don't.
Michael Kay hosts a show on the ESPN affiliate, I think?
Yes.
Okay, so do we have that audio?
Yes. That one's titled New York Radio Wars.
Radio Wars.
Oh.
I think, Plazzi, I think it's clip number
I like
3 in
a
there.
good Radio Wars story.
Clip 3.
There's no way they could go a full 3 hours, 4 hours, whatever their show is inland, and there's no way they can not mention us. They can't do it.
I mean, I've got to throw this out there. Is it the fear that this show is now on the rise, and that show's kind of going in the other direction lately? And it seems to tie into ever since they lost RJ. So there's a lot of like personal shots being taken over there, and even RJ, who's a fantastic producer there, is a fantastic producer here. It seems like it's a little personal at this point.
This is going in the other direction.
I don't feel comfortable with this at all. Well, listen. If shots are going to be taken on that,
Yes, Raymond.
and I've stayed quiet. I've been respectful, and I love Don LaGreca. I love Michael Kay. I even love Peter Rosenberg. I think they're all great guys. But I think it's getting a little personal over there. And if I'm going to keep taking shots, maybe they should take a couple as well.
Wow, I'm uncomfortable. I'm recusing myself of all of
You guys know where I am. I love it, Ray. I'm right behind you.
You can't hit a softball, but you just treat the show like a pinata.
That's right.
Run.
All right, so a couple of things here. First, Dave is playing the role of A. White, because that's what he does well.
Right.
I actually have a different theory on that. And Rick DiPietro is a true friend. True friend, what he did.
Well, true friend.
Ray Santiago
Yeah.
made a comment about ratings and the way the show... Wow. Do you realize, Ray... Let me look. This camera right here.
Ray,
give me the one shot. Do you realize, Ray, that all I'd have to do...
Oh, no.
All I would have to do is make one phone call, and you would be on the unemployment line.
Oh, my.
You have the nerve to say something like that about this show? One phone call, which I am considering making, and you will be fired. Do you realize that? So, and here's another thing. Management that's listening,
Like Doug in the background.
I am never talking about that show again. If that's what that guy's going to do, I have no use. Let them do what they do. We'll do what we do. But remember, Ray, I am really sitting on the fence right now about getting you canned, opening your mouth when you shouldn't have.
Is that Carton?
That was Michael Kay.
Okay, so I don't know who I was listening. So Michael Kay was listening to that, and then he came back and commented on it. Doug, he's also the voice of the Yankees, which is one of the stranger things to me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes. So they played that audio on their show, and then he commented directly after.
Are they on the same station?
No. I believe Santiago's on WFAN. He's on ESPN.
All right.
Well, okay, Kay make one call to another competing station and get the producer fired.
And what did that Santiago guy say that was so bad? I don't know.
It was a ratings thing.
Yeah, but like, what are they, 5? I mean, what the hell?
Self-realization.
Legitimately, I have no idea.
That's why the fact that one gentleman is calling the Janie the lesbian says she just tried to call and nobody answered.
Oh, come on, Jackson.
I can't do 18 things at once. Ray Santiago works for ESPN.
Okay.
Michael Kay works for ESPN, I thought.
Yes, they both. Okay, I was wrong. He doesn't work for WFAN. They both work for ESPN.
Oh, so they're on the same station arguing with each other.
But it came out that Michael Kay said he was performing and that wasn't real.
So there's our audio of Michael Kay saying that he was performing?
No.
So he's saying that was an act?
Yes. Here's a story about it.
Of course, he got backlash, and now it's like, oh, just kidding.
He said he claimed he would be a moron if he threatened to fire a producer. It was real. It was performative because I'm such a good performer on the air.
Oh, gosh. He seems like a bit of a jackwagon, doesn't he?
I hate them.
There is audio of it. I don't have it in the system, Plowhawk. But
Oh, we don't need it.
If you're the Yankees, do you want your main play-by-play
Not after that
guy
comment.
acting like that on the radio?
That's why it kind of surprised me personally. I enjoy the fact that the Yankees, which is kind of the standard, not kind of, I think it is the standard, does that. I can't imagine the Cardinals would do that.
No.
Which is interesting, but whatever.
I guess it's just a New York thing where
Yeah.
everybody's baddling with
But
each other all the
it's
time.
such an odd thing.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely an aggressive city.
Well, there's no other
Visit that.
state that I know of that argues about ratings more than New York.
Yeah.
I mean, even Sid Rosenberg, who now's on WABC, and he has supposedly the #1 morning show, and he hawks it every day. Sid and Friends, #1 in ABC, #1 in the city. By far, nobody's even catching us. Everybody talks about their ratings. They're #2. They're not going to catch us. Francesa always talking about ratings. Mad Dog. Carton. Always talking about ratings.
How do you listen to them all the time?
I don't. I see clips.
And then
Instagram
another guy like went off on Michael Kay, I believe that guy is on WFAM. Greg Giannotti.
Man, these
Greg Giannotti.
I don't know that name.
perfect name for what probably is.
We do have that on here. I don't have.
Here we go. Here's Doug. Here's another.
Okay.
Another ESPN going off.
I
on
think
another
this.
ESPN.
I think this guy is WFAN.
Another crisp 2-minute clip.
All right, hit the lever, plow.
Michael Kay's excuse for screaming at that producer was that he was doing, quote, performance art. He was performing, and he's such a great performer, and he actually said that. He's such a great performer that everybody believed that he was really that angry trying to get that guy fired when really it was just a show. And then Don LaGreca and the other, whatever his face, they both come in and go, well, you know, if you believe Michael Kay was really pissed off about that producer, then you probably believe that pro wrestling is real or some of these reality shows are real. Give me a break. You don't have to sit there and bootlick him any longer. He's going to retire. It doesn't matter if you kiss his ass or not. That's not going to be the difference in you getting that job when he leaves. Just stop it. Just stop kissing his ass. He was wrong. Call him out for it. He was absolutely wrong. It's not performance art. You were pissed off. So how about coming on the air and being like, you know what? I stepped over the line. I was really mad in the moment. I shouldn't have threatened that guy's job. I talked to him off the air. I'm sorry for doing that. But instead, I got to believe it's performance art? Are you freaking kidding me? And then, by the way, if it is performance art, why are you pulling back the curtain? Like, does the magician show you where he keeps the rabbit before he pulls it out of the hat? If you're such a great performer, then continue your bit. But then you pulled back the curtain to tell everybody about it because you weren't man enough to step up and say that you were wrong. And for someone to be in the business as long as he has, and you are about the same age as him, to pull that kind of lie and bull crap, to me was embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. And I sit here and I bust everybody's balls and whatever, I'll point out mistakes. If I ever go and say on the air for real, or go back to Spike Eskin and say this guy needs to be fired, you have permission to punch me right in the face. Because that is a ridiculous abuse of power.
Especially
And that's
Spike
a guy
Eskin.
who I think had no way out, couldn't admit that he was wrong, and then painted this bullcrap picture that he's some sort of a performer.
Now, who was that?
Spike Eskin?
That was Spike Eskin?
That was Greg Giannotti.
Oh.
Stephen Wildwood says, I think I now have a script for my next mic drop.
Yeah, Spike Eskin's been on Barrett's podcast, I think.
They all sound like some of the Soprano boys sitting around talking, yelling at each other, don't they?
Doug, good news. We're going to pivot off of this. And
I'm getting crapped on for this. Like, what? I only sent it one time. There's more to it the second time. That's why I sent it twice.
If you send it again, I can walk down the hall at 9:30 and talk to Tommy, and you'll be gone.
Iggy's taking Jackson out.
That was
No,
nice.
Iggy's taking Jackson out.
That was nice.
I'm just doing a bit.
Now we'll have Randy Carricker rip into Iggy.
Did you hear Stroh down there? Who does he think he is?
We do have Jay the Lesbian.
We do have Janie the Lesbian on hold, Doug. First time we've talked to Janie the Lesbian in so long. Good morning, Janie the Lesbian on the Steve Schmidt Kia North County phone lines.
Hey, good morning. I was wondering
Good morning, Janie.
who you were listening to.
What's going on?
I got your Christmas card.
I heard that. Thanks for sending one. Sorry it got sent back.
But you and the Viking Queen have not relocated.
Well, we're still in Minnesota. We moved in 2020, so like right before, or like right as like COVID was hitting and lockdowns were starting. We bought a house, but we're still in Minnesota.
All right. But maybe the address that Anna Marie sent it to was incorrect. That's what we're wondering.
Yeah, I'll have to chat with her about that later and ask where she sent it, because I thought I remembered getting one from you guys last year, but I could be misremembering.
I looked really hot in the one last year.
She sent it to somebody on 44th Avenue.
Exactly what I remembered about it.
Told you, Doug. What are you saying, Doug?
She sent it to 44th Avenue, Minneapolis.
Oh, that's not the right one.
Oh,
no,
way to go, Anna Marie. Unbelievable.
Yeah. No, sorry.
Well, your loss is my gain.
Iggy got the
All
card.
right. Well, I'm glad you got the card, Iggy.
You got it.
So tell me about what's going on up there in Minnesota. Tell me about the Viking Queen. Let's hear about it all, Doug.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, so everything's going really great. Like, we love our house up here. We moved to the suburbs a bit just because we wanted a bit more house than we could afford in the city of Minneapolis. And so we're out here with all of these, white, straight people. And,
Yuck. What could be worse?
Yeah, I know. But it actually was really great because of COVID. Like, we lived in a tiny house in Minneapolis, and that would have been kind of stressful for us to both be stuck in that house together. So that's been going well, and work has been going well for me. I moved to a different federal agency than the one I actually moved up here to work for, and just, been climbing that ladder. So things are going well there. And me and the Viking Queen are trying to start our own family. We've been on that road for about a year now. So that's been kind of our biggest struggle over the last year, is trying to do that. And fertility is, as you know, Tim, a tough thing. So.
Yeah, it's a costly deal. So I'm sure plenty of the people in the audience, so I'll be the one to ask, go, well, how does that work for two women who are married? So explain the process, if you would.
Well, you have different options, of course. You can adopt, you can foster and then adopt, or you can have your own biological children. And in order to have your own biological children, which is the route that we're trying to go first, is you have to get a sperm donor.
And isn't that David Crosby, Doug?
David Crosby is the sperm donor?
I know he did it for Melissa Etheridge.
Oh.
And I think he's basically just like a guy in a...
He does it for everyone, apparently.
All-time quarterback.
Young?
He's all-time quarterback. That's correct. That's who it is, yeah. Yep.
Oh, no. He's definitely not our sperm donor, but...
Okay.
So we
have you picked your sperm donor? Like, do you get to pick? Would you like anybody on the dais? We all pleasure ourselves quite regularly.
We do get to pick. We went through a cryobank, and we picked a donor through that. There's actually quite a bit of information you can find out about them, and you can see like a series of photos throughout their life. You can hear their voice. They have audio interviews. They have written essays. They have a full medical history of themselves and their family, like their immediate family, as well as grandparents and aunts and uncles.
So what are you looking for? What traits are you looking for?
We're not necessarily. Well, we both got genetically tested because we both want to be carriers. Like, that's an ideal situation. Is the Viking Queen would carry our first baby, and I would carry our second baby. And another ideal situation would be to have the same donor for both of those times, so that our child is actually genetically related to one another. But we did pick a donor initially, and we bought about 6 vials of that donor, but we have used 5 of those 6 And so, obviously, if we were to continue with that, we wouldn't have a genetically related child because we can't get that donor anymore, a specimen from that donor, because he is retired from the program, as they say.
Oh, they put him out to pasture, Doug.
They sure did. Like an old bull.
Six is all he could come up with?
No, he had more, but that was all that there was left for us to purchase. Come on inside. So I'm trying to get my
Who's
dog
coming inside? Oh, the dog. Okay.
Our dog, Alice.
Okay.
We got a dog a couple of years ago.
Hello.
So we're now kind of on to plan B, which is finding a new donor. And we're actually thinking about going the route of what they call a known donor, which means that you know them from some way, some shape, like you're not getting it from a cryo bank.
From their music, David Crosby comes back into the picture yet again.
Right.
He's got to be exhausted.
I'm just wasting mine, so if you want some, let me know.
Oh, you can make a trip up to
By the way, there were 3 texts that came in and said it's just a matter of time before Iggy offers this. So that hit. For those of you who come to the window to collect.
Very generous.
Would you be interested in Ken's sperm?
No, you wouldn't.
Well, honestly, we actually have to look for different genetic. That's where I was going with the genetic testing. We have to look for certain markers because I came back as a carrier for cystic fibrosis. So we have to ensure that our donor is not also a carrier of that because it increases your chances of your offspring having that disease.
And a donor should also probably be in their 20s, right? 30s?
Well, we don't necessarily want a really young donor because we would like for them to be closer to our age, but that's not like a real high priority for us.
Oh, because you want them to be a part of raising the child?
No, not really.
You just want to know who you want the child to know who it is?
We do eventually, so that is another thing that you have to look for. Like at the cryo bank, they can either be closed or open. Closed meaning they are never. The donor is actually not open to knowing the child when they come of age, like of 18. But an open, someone who's open to that when the child is 18, they can call the cryo bank and say, I would like my donor's information. And then at that time, then the donor can say yes or no to meeting them.
Oh, so you have a say-so in that. You have a say-so in that.
Yeah, but we would prefer it to be open. We do want our child to be able to know their donor eventually.
That's a good thing. Wouldn't it be nice if you could just trib and have a child?
Oh.
You know what, Tim? If we could trib and have a child, we would definitely have at least one child.
So good to hear. That's so wonderful to hear. Doug, doesn't that make you feel better going into the weekend?
Well, it doesn't really affect me. I'm happy for them.
How's the weather up there?
We're into our January thaw coming up. We have a snowpack of about 14 inches on the ground, so that's been there for about a month. Other than that, it's fine.
Compare and contrast outside of the weather, Minneapolis, St. Paul, and St. Louis, if you would. I have never been there. Doug worked in I guess I've flown through there, but I've never spent a lot of time there.
Less aggressive drivers.
Oh, really?
In the north. Yeah. Huh. When I get down to St. Louis and drive, I'm like, ugh, gross.
I-70 near the Missouri River, right?
Really anywhere. Other than that, it's pretty similar. There are some interesting cultural differences. They call parking garages parking ramps here.
Doug, do you like that parking ramps?
No, there's a ramp in the garage. Whole garage isn't a ramp.
Yeah, but they call it a ramp. That kind of confused me at first, but I got used to it eventually. And then now I call it a ramp, and when I'm talking to my family, they don't know what I'm saying.
Have you met a lot of people named Olson and Nelson and Johnson and Johansson?
Yeah, a lot of Scandinavian last names up here. But it's good. Honestly, the work environment is the biggest thing that I can reflect on, and the work environment here is a lot less stuffy.
Huh, interesting.
It's very different here.
In what way?
Regard.
I mean, you already said less stuffy, but other.
Well, just like in general, I think it also, yeah. Well, has to do with the leadership, like the culture that the agency and the office that I work for, they really want it to be a family environment and a transparent environment, a communicative environment, and supportive, and treat you like a human being and treat you like an adult. But the environment that I was working in St. Louis was extremely it's just very suffocating and not supportive in that realm for the most part. There was a few people that I came across during my time there that, I really enjoyed working with, but it was just definitely not where I wanted to be.
What's the lesbian situation up there? Is there
that off?
No, is there a nice population? Is there bars you can go to, community, things like that?
Yeah, definitely. The Twin Cities is like the mecca for a lot of people from the Midwest to come and live as in the gay community. There's a lot more people in the gay community here than in St. Louis. You get people coming from the northern Midwest, so like the Dakotas and Wisconsin and Iowa. They basically come to the cities so that they, feel safer and have just a bigger community of people. So it's definitely a better, larger population of LGBTQ people here.
Doug, I think I'm going to take Anna Marie up to Minneapolis, St. Paul for vacation this summer. Now.
A couple of cisgenders are going up there?
Is that what we'd be called? Or are we still called breeders, Janie the lesbian? What are we?
Oh, you're still breeders, for sure.
Yeah, Doug, we're breeders.
Okay.
Well, speaking of, I'm going to Vegas in a couple of weeks. We're going for our first time.
Oh, how about that? Very nice.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing? Is this for an event, or are you just going to hang out?
Just going to hang out. Get away from the winter weather for a minute.
Yeah, good for you. You and the
we're
Viking
excited
Queen.
about it.
Any plans of any kind? Be happy to give you some restaurant recommendations. Say that to all the audience.
Plans, but I'd love to hear some recommendations.
Oh, Doug, the sushi restaurant Kabuto. It's off the strip.
Oh,
would
yeah.
you say it's about a mile and a half west of the strip?
I don't know where it is. I don't eat that.
There's only 8 tables in there, and I've never had anything like it. It is phenomenal. So I don't know if you guys are into that. And then depends on what your dining preferences is, what you're feeling. But yeah, I used to spend a lot of time out there. I haven't been there in a couple of years.
I do, yeah. So, what's your Mount Rushmore of Vegas restaurants?
Wow, Doug, it's time for a Mount Kabuto without question. Doug, would you put Nobu in there, or is that kind of cliche? Watch this. Nobu. Thank you.
I was waiting for it.
Yep, thank you. I play the hits.
What's the name of the one where the guy with a steakhouse in the MGM Grand?
Oh, Randall just texted me, as a matter of fact.
Kraft Steakhouse.
Kraft Steakhouse.
Yeah,
that's a great spot.
Yeah, that's a good spot.
I don't know if Randall's still there. Delmonico, Venetian Palazzo, and the Sinatra at the Wynn/Encore. Those would be, there's my Mount Rushmore. But I haven't been out there. I'm sure I'm missing out on a bunch. I mean, as opposed to when we would be out there for a few weeks at a time.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I know.
It's probably hard to miss.
We'll live vicariously.
The competition is probably so fierce that you could probably go just about anywhere big and it'd be pretty.
Well, that's why Kabuto is in another world. People, you got to get. I don't know when you guys are going out there, but for real, I would call out there today and get the reservation because it's impossible.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. I want to hook you guys up. Yeah, good for you. God, Doug, this Janie the lesbian, she's got it all figured out.
Are the pools open in Vegas this time of year?
No, the last time I was there in February, it was cold and windy.
Yeah, I was going to say, when you said we want to get out of this winter weather, I said, God, it must be really cold if you're going to Vegas for your winter vacation. It's about 40 there.
Right now it is.
That's balmy for Minnesota.
Yeah.
It is balmy.
You don't need a coat if it's like 30 something.
Yeah, I don't usually wear a coat if it's above freezing.
Janie the lesbian, final question for you. I know you're friends with Buck Swope. Who is, from my standpoint, first ballot Hall of Famer at the TMA Hall of Fame. But he has become recently an email star here to the disappointment of one Ken Strode. Your thoughts on Buck Swope's rising stock in the email world?
I am not surprised, and I'm proud of that boy. I think that he could, lay off Kenny a little bit, but I'm definitely not surprised.
Yep.
So.
Buck Swope, Doug. He writes with a sharp tongue.
He does.
And he puts a lot of words into his emails.
He doesn't like the volume. Janie the Lesbian, it's so wonderful to hear from you. I'm happy for you and the Viking Queen, and thank you for calling. You. And I will chastise, vehemently, Anna Marie for sending that Christmas card. I apologize, holiday card to the wrong address.
Oh, stop apologizing for the thoughtfulness. I'll get in touch with her and send her the new address.
I feel like I'm about to get cucked.
And if Gaga comes back in 2023, hit me up and we'll all go again.
Oh, nice. We're so there. Are you into Metallica, Iggy?
Yeah, I can't wait to see that show, actually.
Really? Are you going?
I'm sure I'll go.
All right. Well,
you coming
I
in?
definitely want to go. I was trying to get my cousin to go to either the one there or the one up here. The one up here isn't until 2024.
Wow.
So come on down.
Yeah.
The water's warm.
Aren't those guys kind of old to be putting off concerts for another year?
No.
Metallica?
Compared to some of these other bands.
They got to be 70 by now, aren't they?
I mean, Elton John toured for like 3 years.
Yeah, how old is he? He's mid-70s, isn't he?
I don't know.
Billy Joel and Stevie Nicks are going on a stadium tour in 2023. They're both pushing
They sure
80.
are.
Gosh.
Yeah, we were kind of wondering about that the other day, too.
They're going everywhere but St. Louis. I don't know why. I guess they couldn't fit in with the Cardinal schedule.
Well, if you come up here to see them, I've been seeing ads for them up here, so you can stay with us if you'd like.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, it's a nice little invitation.
I will let you know.
All right, there it is. The deal's
Sounds
done.
good.
Thanks, Janie the Lesbian. Great to hear from you, sister.
Yeah, nice to hear from you guys.
Have a good weekend.
All right, JTH.
The great JTL. The great Janie the
JTL.
Lesbian.
Oh, yeah.
Janie the Lesbian.
That's
always
right.
nice.
The Viking Queen.
Mm-hmm.
She's wonderful.
They're so cool.
Doug, she's a special spirit. You like that? She's a special
spirit. And reminding us that we're just a bunch of white straights.
Just breeders.
Mm-hmm.
I like that term. She told me that. She goes, oh, we call you breeders. I go, is that right?
Good term.
I like that. I think that was a band. They had a song. Was that 93 Cannonball?
I don't know. I know they have the Breeders' Cup.
Yep. That's what it's for. It's for the heteros to get together and watch horses.
The heteros.
Hetero horse watching.
93 for Cannonball.
It was. So I shipped it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, I don't know the years, Tim.
Doug, you do know about Ryan Kelly, though, and that's one of the wonderful things.
Well, and he knows about mortgages and how to take care of you in a very difficult market. He's got that VIP refi program that you might be interested in. Interest rates are up, but you shouldn't let that stop you from buying a home. With the housing market returning to normal, now is the time to strike a deal on a home that would have been unheard of about a year ago. You can make up for that higher interest rate with a lower asking price on the house. Sellers are looking to make deals right now, so reach out to Ryan Kelly, the home loan expert, to get pre-approved for your dream home today. And with Ryan's 10-day closing guarantee, you'll be in your new home faster than ever. When interest rates come down, and they will come down at some point, you'll be covered as part of the VIP refi program. After you make 6 payments on your mortgage, they will refinance you to that new lower rate with no fees. VIP refi with no fees when you work with Ryan Kelly, the home loan expert. Find out more about this program at thehomeloanexpert.com. Ryan Kelly, always taking good care of us.
There he is.
I refinanced twice with Ryan. You'll love it if you
I've
work
done
with
it
me.
once. Got pre-approved with him. He's the best. That staff's incredible at thehomeloanexpert.com. Ryan Kelly. And Munganast just did business with Munganast. Clayton Patterson was here, and I'm signing the paperwork on my new whip. And I recommend you do business with stlouisacura.com and altontoyota.com. I know everybody here on the show would recommend that as well. They are the official automotive provider of the Ryan Kelly Morning After and of the Tim McKernan Show podcast. And now the title sponsor of Balloon Party. And they have a secret number for our listeners.
Oh, have they?
The secret number directly
What is it?
to Jamie Burkhardt, Clayton Patterson, and Peter Munganast is the following. 314-252-0029.
Okay.
314-252-0029. They service all makes and models, regardless if you bought from Munganast. It is Munganast, St. Louis Acura, Alton Toyota. Go online. Go shopping now. New pre-owned, stlouisacura.com, altontoyota.com. Iggy has vacated the studio. He was really anti-live read.
Yeah.
Mr. Licks wants to know if we've gotten a Coxie's video on the fan page. This I did see.
Coxie's video on the fan page.
Doug,
What?
I would recommend people going to the TMA fan page on Facebook right now. Click to join, and we'll let you through. It's a thin vetting process unless all of the tells of bots or burners are there, and then you might be in purgatory. But join, and then you'll be able to see the work this gentleman did, and I'll show it to you during the commercial break, and then she'll discuss when Iggy returns. I assume he'll return. Let's see, what time is it now? It's 8:10, so he'll be back in studio at 8:30.
About that. It takes that long to walk down the steps, smoke, and then walk back up.
That's right. 20 minutes.
Stop in and talk to 5 or 6 other people who are live on their own air.
So that is what we have coming up in a matter of moments here in the Appliance Discounters 8 o'clock hour. Send your emails in for our Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email today, the morning after at InsideSTL.com. Go and join the TMA fan page on Facebook if you have a Facebook account. Iggy has returned very quickly.
Wow.
That was a quick one. That was a coffee one. That wasn't a cigarette one.
I don't go for a cigarette until we take a break.
All right, there you go.
When you're doing live spots, I just run out and refresh my coffee.
All right, there you go. Iggy, what was just requested is we discuss the video, and this is a tease that was produced by Coxie on the TMA fan page.
Am I familiar with this?
Well, you commented on it.
But what video?
The one you commented on. About.
Well, I commented on a couple of things.
No.
Okay, well, Doug, the tease is even better now.
Okay.
We'll talk about it next. This is the Ryan Kelly Morning After from the Michelob Ultra Studios.
Hey, if you like the morning after, check out Balloon Party on 101 ESPN. HD1, by the way. It's sports talk with Tim McKernan and Action Jackson from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. each weekday. Right after the morning after. It's the worst named show in the history of radio, but the content's pretty good. So check it out on 101 ESPN or get the podcast on the TMA app. Urban Dictionary defines thirsty as purposely, knowingly, and recklessly attempting to gain fame to boost self-esteem. So, are you thirsty? Well, TMA has you covered. Become a part of the 2023 TMA Listener of the Month Club. You nominate yourself for a monthly award. And if you win, you get recognition and stuff to help you satisfy that insatiable thirst. We're talking January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, etc. Go to TMASTL.com or the TMA app. Give us your name, a photo, and other pertinent information. Tell us why you deserve to be TMA Listener of the Month. And if you don't want to use your real name or photo, we don't really care. The TMA Listener of the Month. Get recognized just for being you, or fake you, or whatever. Quenched by Milagro Tequila. Welcome to the brighter side of tequila with Milagro. In the morning after on KPNT HD2. You're hearing TMA all day on KPNT HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis, featuring the Ryan Kelly Morning After, live from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Then a full show replay from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., followed by the best of TMA from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m., and another same-day replay starting at 10 p.m. Find the full schedule at TMASTL.com. Brought to you by Ryan Kelly at thehomeloanexpert.com, the most efficient mortgage process you'll ever experience.
Okay. Hot takes.
Yeah. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
And now the Pepperoncini Show with Darren Atkins and Ken Strode. All right, take it, fellas.
There it is. That's the open.
Pepperoncini.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
We don't know what it is. We don't understand the name. We just know it's stupid. And it's available every weekday, featuring Iggy and the Plowboy. Apparently it's some kind of a podcast or something. Available at TMASTL.com and on the TMASTL mobile app. Whatever.
Biggie's Restaurant and Bar has been a staple of the community for over 30 years and is serving your favorites like the steak sandwich, waffle fries, and so much more. It's not just the food that's rocking. With a full bar and patio, Biggie's is the perfect spot for lunch, dinner, and a little laughter. Biggie's original hours are back. Open 11 a.m. till midnight, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And 11 a.m. till 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Check out the full menu at biggiesrestaurant.com and stop in today.
Win tickets to see Adam Sandler February 10th at Enterprise Center just by listening on the TMA app or at TMASTL.com.
My father literally came to school one time my whole school career. He opened the door in the middle of the test and I hear, "Where'd you put the rake?" I'm like, "What? You put it on the nail?" I think I did. You think?
Tickets on sale now, but you can win them now. Not to be repetitive, but just go to TMASTL.com to find out more and win. That's TMASTL.com. TMASTL.com. The Tim McKernan Show podcast, featuring long-form interviews with people from the world of sports, politics, and entertainment.
And our guest today, Bill McClellan. Thanks so much for coming in.
Hey, my pleasure, Tim.
What's up, Caden?
Hi, how are you?
Joe Buck, our guest today.
Man, it's like I haven't seen you in years.
More than 500 episodes and counting, and it's available wherever you get your podcasts, including the TMA STL app. Get the app now at TMASTL.com.
Doug Vaughn here alongside Ryan Kelly, the home loan expert. Ryan, rates are high, but you're still finding a way to get people a good mortgage. How do you do it?
Now, we work really hard for our clients. We watch the markets. We watch the rates. They swing a quarter point a day some days right now. And that's why you need an expert to lock you in at the right time. And then we have these incredible programs like our Interest Rate Rewind, where for the first year, your rate will be 2 full points lower. The second year, a point lower. And then year 3, it goes to the current rate. But I'll tell you this, we will refinance your loan when rates come down with no fees. So think about that. You can get into your house today with a rate 2 points lower than today's rate, and then we'll refinance you to keep that payment nice and low when the time's right. We have programs for everybody: teachers, doctors, union workers, first responders, frontline workers, FHA, VA, you name it, we got it. Thinking about buying a house? Maybe a refinance? Well, we're your guys. We're your girls. We're ready to go to work for you. Got questions? Apply online today at thehomeloanexpert.com.
Hey, it's Jackson for Rosalita's. TMA listeners know that's always a great time to gather at Rosalita's. Why not start off with a happy hour Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 p.m.? Enjoy happy hour specials including $3 off of appetizers like the wildly popular carne con cerveza, marinated steak cooked to order and served on a sizzling skillet. The patio is heated and covered, plus Rosalita's offers live music on Thursdays and mariachi every weekend. Check out rosalitascantina.com or visit the downtown or DePere location today. Time to get your fiesta on at Rosalita's.
Here's Action Jackson with 3 more ways to get TMA content.
Watch TMA on YouTube. Click the bell to subscribe. Download the podcast. Find it at TMASTL.com or wherever you podcast. And check us out on TikTok at TMASTL.
Thanks, Jackson. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7 FM HD2.
I spent 4 years in San Francisco.
The Ryan Kelly Morning After.
KPNT FM HD2.
Collinsville, St. Louis.
Sick ad lib.
I think he's my least favorite of the band.
You know who he sounds like Tanner sometimes from 101, from BK Ferrari.
Oh, you call him T. Diddy.
T. Diddy, the guy doing the ad libs kind of sounds like T. Diddy.
Damn people, how about that?
My shadow.
Shadow.
What the hell?
Dog. Nice.
Oh, my.
So good. It's Ryan Kelly Morning After. This is the Appliance Discounters. 8 o'clock hour. Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Plowhawk, Action Jackson, Ken Strode, not available. Appliance Discounters, they are available, though. Oh, he is back quick, fast, in a hurry now. Appliance Discounters. If you are in the market for an appliance, look no further than Appliance Discounters and their 80,000 square foot warehouse full of GE appliances and other major brands ready for delivery. Shop online at ApplianceDiscounters.com, where pricing has been adjusted to just beat the competition. And I just got a dishwasher from the Bradleys, the Appliance Discounters, and I'm so happy to be working with them. Thrilled that they're a sponsor of this program because I am a very happy customer. If you're in need of an appliance, Appliance Discounters has a wide variety of appliances with drastically lower prices on installs. It's Appliance Discounters where our savings are your savings. TheApplianceDiscounters.com. 5 locations in Missouri to save you. No, serve you, save you. Baldwin, Maplewood, St. Charles, Concord Plaza, and Carondelet. There it is, the Appliance Discounter, sponsor of our 8 o'clock hour here on the Ryan Kelly Morning. I'm busy approving people into the TMA fan page,
Are you?
Jackson. Jackson, we haven't been able to give our vetting process, though. So
Yeah, it's been a...
So it's kind of a high-risk move because there are a few accounts that certainly would be...
the signals.
Yeah.
Pinging.
Yeah. So, anyway, tell me the backstory on this. A gentleman by the name of Coxie created a video. Here, I got to go to the post. Doug and Van to...
Someone just bumped it. It should be at the top.
Okay. Of how much time Iggy has missed. Over the last week's worth of shows...
1 week.
Iggy's chair was empty for a total of 53 minutes and 22 seconds. The time would start from the moment he would take off his headphones and ends when his sweet tush hit the chair coming back. I make this because Iggy is my favorite part of the show, and I miss him when he's gone for collectively an entire segment each week.
Cover yourself.
Come back, sweet boy. Come back. And in case accusations of doctored footage happen, I will link the entire 53-minute of video in the comments. And so he edited it together. Doug, I showed you in the commercial break. And
time lapse.
53 minutes of the time lapse video. Iggy, your response.
Well, first of all, I don't know why my breaks are your business. I don't come to your office and see what you do throughout the day. What did you do that at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon? You took time off of work to do that?
He says he's self-employed.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Well, first of all, 2 of those segments, if you're counting it, are when Mark Hanna and James Carlton is in here for their spots.
He said that was not included. That was not part of it. It was just empty chair.
All right, well, my empty chairs, I'm not in there for that. You said when you take the headsets off and come back. Well, 2 of those segments, I'm not in here because they're in here.
But he said he didn't include those.
Okay.
Doug?
So that's
what's your point?
Yeah, what's the point, Coxie?
I mean, my point is, we take a break, I go smoke, I come back. You're counting the times when I'm out of the chair and we're actually in a commercial break? If a commercial break is 4 minutes, I'm out of the chair for 4 minutes, I come back a minute and a half after the break. So 4.5 of those minutes every hour is a break. 5 minutes is a break.
That's what I said. I didn't know if he counted the breaks.
No. Doug, does he count the breaks?
I don't have the slightest idea.
He'll come back with another answer. Well, I took those breaks out, too. Well, that's a lot of work.
Excuse me, I'm putting out a cigarette here.
Okay, yeah, you need to do that.
And the fact is we have so many live spots in the show that we don't have a long commercial break because our commercials aren't, for the most part, recorded spots. They're all live spots.
That's right.
So, this show is so successful that I miss some breaks because the show's so successful. But if you take the time of, if I come back and they may be they did a live spot and I come back and I miss 30 seconds. So, if you don't count me out of the chair when we're taking breaks. So that's what, maybe 5 minutes, that's 15 minutes a show. All right, times 5, that's 75 minutes.
Are you
Personally,
a
you
gentleman
don't
that enjoys
have a
it?
mom because you're not married, so
right.
your kids don't have that mom that you're dating. So take those times out of there. Say if we take a 5-minute break, so that's 3. That's 15 minutes.
I'd like to see that as a T-shirt.
That's 15 minutes every show.
You don't have a mom
Times
because
5.
you're not married.
Times 5. That's 75 minutes. So that's 75 minutes a week that we're actually at a break when I'm out. So your time is off if I miss 58 minutes.
Now,
I think it's more than 75, so you're off.
Well, I think, now I'm just speculating here. When we go to break, there's a graphic that shows that we're in a commercial break, and in that video, I didn't see any of that.
How do you know it's time lapse is flying by?
I scrolled through the 53-minute thing that he posted.
Or when we're in commercial break and it's off, the screen itself is not like this
the
as
4
it is
panel.
now. It says in a commercial break and it has like our TMA banner. I think that's what Jackson means.
Right.
I didn't look at. I'll be honest. I saw the thread, looked about in the video, kind of knew who was commenting, kind of knew what the comments were going to be, so I didn't really dive in to that post.
No, again, my point is, why is it any of your business? I like Coxie.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know why you do it. And
Why is he
I do it
chirping?
because I miss it. What do you miss when I'm not here for that minute and a half when the show starts and I'm not back from the break?
First of all, you don't have a mom because you're not married, so your kids don't have that mom that you're dating.
do it when I come back. And usually Tim resets the show, maybe does a live spot. You know if there's any live spots going on the time I'm out?
Oh,
when I come
absolutely.
back from the break?
Oh, 100%.
It's full of
so you don't have any of that. You just throw that up there with no backing of what's going on when I'm out of the chair.
We might be breaking a record for text right now.
And I do show business. I was
show business.
I was a
Doug
little bit late for
Ethelberg.
this one because I was talking to Joey in the hall to take care of your guys bitching about the golf video.
Business like
I asked Jody about the golf. That took me like a minute and a half to talk to
Everything
Joey.
about it is appealing.
At this point, that golf video better be Avatar.
Joey told me he has.
We better have
a
some
golf video
CGI.
update too. I mean, the text inbox is going to break. Engineer design facility.
Joey told me he's got 2 other station things he's finishing up today. And then he's going to, because the powers that be wanted him to do our end of the year awards video first, get that done, and then finish up the golf.
We're like the bottom of like the dumpster.
Sure.
Not quite.
That's the way it should
they'll
be.
get to us when.
And I agree. I agree with Iggy. That's the way it should be.
Yes.
Get to ours when everything else is done. I don't have a problem with that at all. We're the new kids on the block.
NKOTB, Doug. Joey McIntyre's eyes stunning.
We're just a bunch of HD2 straight whites. That's all we are.
We don't get
Another T-shirt. Boy,
And
Mike
so I don't
Flanagan's
know,
gonna be busy.
and I don't know how many comments are on that post. I responded to one, and the one was, I used to work with a guy that just thought he was better than everybody else, and the rules didn't apply to him, and he just would do what he wanted to, and until it started wearing on his coworkers. And I just responded, well, when it starts wearing on my coworkers, let me know, because other than that, I don't care about any of you people thinking what time I get back from break.
Coxie says in the YouTube chat he's trying to call in.
Oh, Jackson, why
He's
don't
on
you-
hold.
Okay, gosh.
Sorry, the system here for the. Oh, I guess he goes by Kerry Kittles.
Yeah.
Doug, Kerry Kittles, you remember him with Villanova?
Right, pretty
he
good
made
player.
the video. Good morning, Kerry Kittles. You're on the Steve Schmidt Kia North County phone line.
Hey guys, first off, I think somebody else on the fan page goes by Coxie. Just a lot of Coxes around, but yeah, I'm Kerry Kittles. I call him about once a year. And yeah, I want to edited the video, Iggy. And I do mean it when I say that you are my favorite part of the show. I am just entranced by you. But so I missed a couple of points, but I will say, yes, there were no breaks. I took all those out of the video, as well as any time that like Mark Hanna would be in studio. I, of course, did not include that because I only focused on when your actual chair was empty. So that would not include any time that Mark Hanna or anybody else would be sitting in your chair. So it was purely the moment your headphones came off and when your sweet little tush bounced right back into that chair.
All right, and do you know how many minutes when I'm not in the chair they're actually doing live spots, or Tim's resetting a show, or they're doing other things where the show hasn't really started yet?
I don't.
Yeah, okay.
But I do. But I
There
could,
it was, Doug. It was like Tom Cruise and Jack Nicholson.
I could make a video of how much time Doug gets up during those spots, and I could make a time coded video of how often Doug.
Well, nobody else takes breaks. Nobody else leaves the studio. They don't smoke. I take a break when I go get more coffee, or I go to the bathroom. I go downstairs and smoke. I take care of all those things. Nobody else does that.
But do you have to smoke?
Well, that's beside the point. The point is, I go out when we take a break, and I come back when I'm done. We don't have long breaks. Our old place, we'd have like 8-minute breaks, and the door was like two feet from where we were in the studio. This is a little bit different. I have to go downstairs. But the point is, why do you care what I do?
Iggy, who's your favorite Cardinals player?
I don't really have one.
Who was your favorite as a kid?
Ken Boyer.
All right, so was my dad. So what if Kenny Boyer took off? I don't know. What's the equivalent? What if he just like one? Well, no, yeah, it would be 3 innings every week. It'd be 3 innings that he would take off, just because he just wanted to go smoke.
No, Jim Leland did that when his team wasn't batting. He'd go back in the tunnel and smoke.
But you want him in the game. You want to see Kenny Boyer in the game. You love Kenny Boyer. I love Kenny Stroke. You love Kenny Boyer. I love Kenny Stroke.
But you're not missing anything. A minute and a half to start the show, and I'm not, or at a break, and I'm not in here. What are you missing? What if I come back from a break on time and I don't talk for 3 minutes?
That's fine, but at least you're in the studio. Your energy's there. Your coworkers know that you're there. It's just a good thing. We just like having you there, okay?
Again, if my coworkers say, Iggy, you got to stop with these missing a minute and a half of every break, you got to get here on time. Until that happens, I don't really care. I appreciate that you like me on the show, but I don't really care if anybody wants to bitch about I'm missing a minute and a half at the beginning of every break.
Okay, it's an hour a week. I wanted to know how much it was. It was it was just a little experiment I wanted to do. I found out you miss an hour.
No, I don't.
Week,
No, I don't.
Yes, you did. But okay.
All right, again, do you know what's being talked about when I'm not in the studio when we come back from break? You know what's being talked about? Are they doing live spots? Tim does one, Doug does one. Tim resets the show. I walk back in. Have I missed anything? You don't know that.
Okay, all right, fine. I'm going to go. I'm sorry.
See ya.
Kerry Kittles, Doug has had enough, it sounds like.
Yeah.
What a wonderful run, though, with Villanova. And we'll never forget
Yeah, he was a good player.
I mean, I don't know if it's the same guy. I mean, he's the same Jeff Cox who posted
No,
the page.
we have a bunch of Coxes.
Do we?
Yeah, that's not the.
Okay, because I didn't think Coxie would do that.
This show breeds Coxmas.
Because Coxie likes me too, and he would never go and spend time lapsing a show to see how much time I missed during a break. And this guy, I mean, I love you. I miss you on the show when you're not there. I mean, come on, man. Whatever.
This YouTube camera is not always your friend, is it?
I said I would just assume we didn't have cameras. I'm tired of, Iggy's got his Elmer Fudd on today.
Well, it's another way for people to listen.
Iggy's looking at his phone.
A lot of people want to talk about this. I mean, this is, I guess, Doug, we buried the lead. I thought it was Blues and Flames, but apparently that's not the lead. The
This guy got what he wanted. He got what he wanted. He posted something that people would talk about.
And the phone lines are filling up. KG in O-Town has sent
Sure he is.
Just letting us know he's available for those minutes that Iggy's
Go
not
get
in.
him. Go get him, Coxie. I'm going to take that
KG
job.
in O-Town was involved in this video production.
Probably. I guarantee you probably called him and said, can you get this done? Let's do this.
It's a serious charge, sir.
He may have sponsors for it, even.
Yeah, you better get that spot in for Monday's show if we're going to edit it and get it in the system for the
Matty Dread's interview. Can't
yeah,
wait.
he's ready to go.
Is he?
Yeah, how's that spot doing? We got to get that produced.
I haven't got paid yet from KG, but when that will happen, I don't know.
I'm sorry, I interrupted
but I
you,
do
Tim.
believe in it.
See, if I'd have been on a break, I wouldn't have interrupted Tim.
Let's see, Doug. We've got the retired air marshal who wants to be the Milagro Tequila Listener of the Month. You can sign up to compete with him at tmastl.com. And we've got caller Buzz. Doug, who do you want to go with?
Okay. Retired Air Marshal, I guess.
Good morning, retired Air Marshal. You are on the Steve Schmidt Kia of North County phone lines here on the Ryan Kelly Morning After. Appliances, counters, 8 o'clock hour.
Hello, Marshal.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Good morning, boys. Happy New Year's again. I know I've already talked to you this year. Just wanted to make sure that you're really still enjoying that year. Iggy, I can tell you're not having a good one after this current segment. Is he still in there or did he leave?
No, he's here.
I'm having a great year so far.
Okay. Well, I couldn't tell you Happy New Year, so I thought that might have affected your year earlier this year. It was the 4th. But I know Coxie tagged out, but or is done, but I'll tell you what, I'm not. I'm ready to tag in. Iggy, you said that, hey, do you notice, does anybody else leave during the breaks? I think you said that.
I said they don't have to leave the station. They don't smoke, so there's no reason for them to leave.
Well, yeah, nobody has to leave. The point is, Iggy, you are leaving during the show.
I leave during a live spot if I need a cup of coffee.
But the live spots are during the show. Look, Iggy, let me put it this way. I love the sponsors. I'm going to support the sponsors, all right? Tim, I support everything you do. Speaking of which, we're going to get to your car here in a second because you're the best.
Thank you.
But what kind of picture does it show if you go and get up? Well, if you're getting up, why should I listen to the live spot? You see what I'm saying? If you're going to leave, you
No,
go
I
to the
don't.
show.
I don't because I support all the sponsors. I know all the sponsors. I love all of our sponsors. Tim's reading it. I hear it every day. Doug's reading one. Jackson reads one. Plowsy reads one. I don't have any.
Well,
but the fact is I know the sponsors. If I need it, I know who to call.
You get it. Right. But
Don't bring the sponsors into this too, by the way. Act like I'm not supporting the sponsors because I go get a cup of coffee.
Iggy, you're talking about the live reads. It is literally about the sponsors.
And I know the sponsors. I've met all the sponsors. I know what they do. I know if I need their services, that's who I'm going to call.
Iggy, it's going to be okay. All right, I'm just having a conversation. Okay?
Well, I'm tired of the conversation.
Well, that's unfortunate. Why don't you
Go
get
to bring up something else, will you, please?
The retired air marshal.
Okay. Okay, I can bring up something else.
Okay. Let's move on.
Doug, are you taking trade proposals?
Sure. I love them.
Because I was really surprised the other day that you guys didn't ask Tony any questions when he was in the studio, anything about the Cardinals. I was really hoping.
I think here's the retired air marshal. I understand that. I think Martin, Doug, watch this. Martin : ask Tony.
Yeah.
You, Doug Vaughn : hockeyisms. So now you know what I mean.
Oh.
Can you do them? Sure.
Okay.
But you kind of wanted to move on from the hockeyisms. And I think Martin kind of wants to. I mean, he can weave it in here. I told Jackson this, retired air marshal, and for the audience who did listen way back when Martin was on and was doing Ask Tony, this is 100% true, and nobody else was on the show at the time to witness this. Maybe you witnessed it, Iggy, if you were you there 2004, 5, 6?
He was probably getting coffee.
Yeah, I was there.
I remember listening to that, just driving my kids to school, and I wasn't completely sure that wasn't really Tony La Russa.
He was
the first
so
time I heard
good.
it, I thought it might actually be Tony.
But in the commercial breaks, dead serious, and I told Jackson this in a break on 101 yesterday, I said he would, so I would move over to the chair where he would be, and then he would get into character during the commercial break. It was like Daniel Day-Lewis. And so usually the three of us, me, Martin the Cat, and probably Prod Joe, would just BS during the break. But in that break, in between the segment and then the segment where Ask Tony would start, Martin would go Daniel Day-Lewis and get into character, and it would kind of be quiet in the studio while he got into character. He really, he would go into a place to do that. So I didn't want to put him on the spot to have him do something that I didn't think he necessarily really would want to do. So it's a fair question, though, sir. I'm sure you're not the only one asking it, retired air marshal.
Yeah, no, I just gotta say, those are my best, my favorite best of segments when I hear them 3 or 4 times a month. I will say,
usually it's Sinbad.
Give them Plowsy.
Was there a drop? Was there a drop? Because that was part of my topic. Is why can't I hear the drops when I'm on the phone?
Oh, that is, yeah, I think I can put you over our,
Don't worry about it. Don't go out of your way. Don't go out of your way.
I wouldn't worry about
do the drop for me, Plowsy?
Don't go out of your way to do it. You might miss
It's funnier when we have Larry on when there's the meow drop.
Yeah, but you are on OL. I guess it would have to be PC.
Doug, what is OL?
I don't
With
know.
the phone line.
Offensive line.
Can you hear that?
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
I can hear it.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no, I like that. But my trade proposal and the follow-up question was going to be, did Martin ever miss segments or live reads?
Oh, gosh.
If not, I was going to say maybe we could do Martin for Iggy.
Yeah, why don't you put it on the fan page? I miss Martin.
Well, everybody else already did.
We haven't had one of those in a couple of days.
Why so mean-spirited today, Air Marshal?
Everybody banty.
Well, I'm not being mean-spirited,
Yes,
Doug.
you are. You just called in to rip Iggy.
Okay, well, let me move on. Tim, I'm not going to rip you, but what kind of card do you get from Munganess? I'm not looking to get one, but when I can afford one, I'm definitely going to get the one you got.
I got an MDX.
Oh, those are sweet.
Yeah, those are. That's
card.
the move, man.
Mm-hmm.
That is.
That's a lovely card.
It is lovely.
I am a big fan.
Last thing for you, Doug. You said that you got rid of your pajamas recently?
No, I got lots of pajamas.
Well, no, the nice black.
Yeah, the black velvet.
Oh, yeah, I had to get rid of the black.
Black
Yeah, the
velvet.
pants. Yeah.
Did you get rid of the top or the bottom? I don't remember what
Bottom.
you said you threw
Got
away.
rid of the bottom.
The bottom?
Mm-hmm.
I got you, because I was looking through your trash the other night, and I was going to say I could get you a new pair of bottoms after you bought them for me.
Okay, pot him down. Okay. Cut his mic.
So, Doug, it's
Pot
going to
him
be
down.
tough for him to be the Milagro Tequila
Right.
listener of the month if he's suspended. Is that correct? Is that
Right.
in the bylaws?
Well, he just did get himself suspended. Got himself suspended a period of 2 days' time, and his name right now is going into the said suspension logule.
How about this? Hey, Tim, I'll
Retired.
sponsor Iggy's Coffee Break. That's from the recovering alcoholic from Belleville and Webster Grove. So now, all of a sudden, Iggy's Coffee Breaks, sponsored, are actually generating revenue.
Can we get like our podcast sponsored?
That would really flip
That's
the
what
table.
KGNO Town was working on.
It's like we're trying to sponsor everything but Pepper and Genie.
That would flip the narrative, though, if Iggy's Coffee Breaks were sponsored.
Yeah, get a coffee company.
That would put all these listeners in their place.
Well, a recovering alcoholic's the kind enough guy that he would probably do that to take heat off of these douchebags that are calling.
Get these dorks off the air. Stop taking calls from these fan page losers and leave Iggy alone. Hashtag Team Iggy. That comes from Chester Drawers.
I'm not too selective on who I pick up the phone for.
Chester Drawers.
Doug, because I see it looks like the phone
We got
lines are
Mike,
active.
Lee, and Buzz.
Okay, caller Buzz is on the line.
Well, okay.
Only the best.
All right, give me a minute.
All right. See if you can get over there and hit the button, Plowsy. All right. Well, hello, Buzz.
Oh, yeah, wrong pot. There we go.
No, hello, Buzz.
Well, the right
Hello.
pot too much.
Yes, we're here. Buzz.
Jokes.
Yeah, how's it going?
Well, we're okay. You?
That was a humbling experience in my career to get picked over retired air marshal.
Well, he's already been on.
Well, you weren't picked over.
And suspended.
You were picked Mike Lee.
Draymond Green. I think you can name like all the 30 players drafted in front of him. I'm going to use that as motivation.
Okay.
Moving forward.
All right.
We do have a developmental league. I just want to remind everyone it's in the Balloon Party text line for all those callers. But I do want to defend Iggy a little bit.
Sure.
Yeah, all these brake police guys who come in, they're definitely work poopers. And what I mean by that is that there's all offices have these guys, and they're usually bigger, that just love to poop on the clock. So I guarantee that they poop longer than Iggy takes coffee breaks a weekend.
Yeah, probably so.
Yeah, the difference is I'm not at their office seeing what they're doing. These people watch on YouTube and just nitpick on everything. So I don't know what they do at work. I don't know.
Yeah, I guarantee that's the thing. I do want to call in. Licks did attack my BMI because I said I had sex in my minivan, and I thought that was uncalled for. So I wanted to make that point. I'm about 6'2", 245.
Yeah, that's a big man, Doug. The way I like him.
Yeah.
But
are you a big bear of a gentleman?
I think I'm a level below a bear. Plowsy, can you help me?
Probably that wolf.
Yeah.
We saw you at the TMA Awards, didn't we?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
well,
you
isn't
did. You
that
said my wife.
you're a well-proportioned man for your size and your height.
You could you can take my wife out to a nice dinner.
Doug.
I met your wife. She's lovely.
Yes.
As are you.
Oh.
Yeah.
I voted for you. I voted for you. My ballots aren't secret.
Unleashed. Yeah, I was going to ask you if you want to go on a bro date to the musical Six. Have you seen that?
I have not. I don't even know what that is.
It's about the tutors, the wives. You love that, like that story, and there's a lot of cleavage.
Oh.
So I didn't know, maybe that's right up your alley.
It's a musical?
Yeah, and it's about the Henry's 6 wives, like the 2 that he beheaded.
I wouldn't mind seeing that, actually.
Yeah. I might slide into your DMs. My wife doesn't like musicals, so I need someone to go with.
Where is it? Fox?
It's at the Fox, yeah. It's like in January 25th.
No.
Oh, you guys are going to be in... Oh, no, you'll be in Jamaica, maybe.
No, not yet. No.
I believe on the 28th. If I get a passport, I'll be there.
And then one thing I do want to talk about, car sex is overrated.
I agree with that.
It's a good idea, kind of like shower sex as an idea, but once you do it, it's not that good. Do you guys have any other overrated places?
I agree with the shower. I agree with the shower play as well and the car play. I'm trying to think what else.
I don't think the shower is overrated. There's a lot of things you can do in the shower.
It's really, it doesn't really work.
How about airplane, Mile High Club? That's
I haven't done that.
Yeah, that's very overrated. It's uncomfortable as hell. Yeah. You got to do it at least once.
Too, like with the sand, getting into crevices.
Oh.
You put a towel down.
Well,
I don't know anybody that just has sex right on the sand. You got to.
Mr. Licks, by the way, has responded. I guess he's apologizing, Doug, to you, caller Buzz. He says, I would like to apologize to the 6'2", 245-pound listener. Please spend less time calling in, more time working out like caller Drew. That's from Mr. Licks. So I don't know if that was a half-hearted apology or not, Doug, but that's...
Yeah, that didn't seem too sincere.
Well, Buzz calls in less than Licks calls in text. So, Licks, why don't you stay away for a while?
I do have just a couple more.
Just a couple more things, okay.
Thank you, Doug. Jackson's going to Indy this weekend. Jackson, I do want to tell you a spot where I got like half mouth play and hand play.
Oh.
It's called Tiki Bob's.
Tiki Bob's.
Tiki Bob's, is that downtown?
It is. It's downtown. It's I don't know how far from like the arena exactly. I was there for the Indy 500, so we went down there the day before, and then in the back room, I got like it was like a little bit of a blah blah, and then a little bit.
What in the world?
Nice. I understood that.
Yeah.
How much did that cost you?
No, it didn't actually. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, it wasn't
It was gratis?
best, but it was free. It was the night Kawhi Leonard hit that deep corner shot.
Oh, against the Sixers?
So remember when Kawhi Leonard hit that?
No, I don't.
Iconic photo.
I know where I was.
I thought you were talking about a strip club.
No, it's not. It's just a bar. So hit that up. Or Kilroy's is a cool spot too as well, Jackson.
Word. Thank you.
Doug, and then I'll be done with the days. Doug, are you excited for the new Bachelor, Zach? He is nephews of Patrick Warburton. Did you know that?
Who is Patrick Warburton?
It's Putty. Joe from Family Guy.
He's the Bachelor?
Yeah.
No, his brother.
So that's a new season coming up. So I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, I usually watch The Bachelor.
Yeah,
Bachelorette, whichever it is. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't say I'm excited about it, but when it comes on, I tend to watch it a little bit.
Okay, and then Plowsy, I go into a bad spot with the passport situation. Did you get any update?
No, not any updates that would, have me jumping for joy, but I talked to Remy from 92.3.
Yeah, I was in here for that conversation yesterday.
Yeah, he
They've been there.
dealt with the same situation, and he found a guy that, apparently hooked him up, so I'm going to try to find the same.
Take your time.
Yeah.
Well, they said Chicago. When I was on the phone, they said, well, you can pay for an appointment at your nearest passport. And I'm like, well, I know it's Chicago. I don't have to pay for that access to that information. And I already paid to expedite, and I'm not going to pay an additional $60 so somebody can actually get off their ass and print a picture onto a piece of paper.
I know when mine came, we were leaving the day after my wedding. Mine came the day of my wedding. And I talked to the Miami office. So I don't know if there's a number there, but I was on hold for 3.5 hours.
No.
Finally got someone who was able to get it done and tell me that they sent it out.
Yeah, I'm going to go scorched earth on these people, so.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that'll get it there.
Well, I mean, after the fact, but I don't know, man. I
You'll
don't know.
get your passport next week.
I don't know. I thought that a week ago. It's becoming a little ridiculous. But I appreciate you asking, Buzz, and I'll keep the dais and everybody privy to any more information.
All right, sounds good. All right, that's all I had. Tim, if you want to slide into my DMs, slide into my DMs for any of the NFL plays. Let me know. You beat me on the hand job bet we had. So congratulations on that.
I lasted longer.
Yep. So if you want to bet more hand jobs on NFL games this weekend, just let me know.
Okay, sounds good. I'm
All right,
big on the Giants.
Okay, Buzz.
Giants. I got a bet with Jackson. I got the Chargers. He's got the Jaguars. What else am I high on? Pick six. Sea Pigeons.
One of my pick six plays hit
the
last
Ravens.
night. A Hail Mary.
Oh, that hit?
Yeah, Thunder plus 340. They smoked the Sixers.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a
Shit,
big.
I wish I would have thrown something on that.
I wasn't too high on the play. The Sixers are good, but it's a mid-season NBA game in January.
So how far back are you, Armia?
That netted me 340, so I'm still 600 or 700 down. But if T. Higgins scores first in the Bengals game, we're going crazy.
Oh my God.
We're going crazy.
I offered Jackson a buyout at $275.
Did you? It took me a second, but I said no.
And he passed on it. So, all right, still on the table.
Yeah, I don't know how many are other guys in your league doing that. Is Pete picking plus 1,000s?
No, Jackson's the only one who's doing it.
Pete's sitting on the football.
Yeah.
God, I started doing it when I was only about 300 back.
Yeah.
Jackson, you're 700 back? Is that what you said?
At this point, right now, and you haven't had any of your games played yet, I'm 700 or 800 back. Yeah.
Well, T. Higgins scores that first touchdown on when is that game? Is that Saturday? That's Sunday.
Sunday, yeah. Then I'm 200 or 100 back.
Does he have to score the first touchdown for Cincinnati or the first touchdown
of the game? Okay. It's plus 750.
That's not a bad play.
I know. I'm surprised that's plus 750.
Right, because they have. Well,
who's the favorite? Chase, Mixon,
Chase, and then Mixon, and then.
I mean, the
Singletary.
odds of somebody on the Ravens scoring a touchdown, period, is certainly questionable.
I think Dobbins the highest one, but because they have Tyler Boyd and Jamar Chase, I guess they rank T. Higgins less than all those guys just based on targets.
Higgins is ranked less than Tyler Boyd?
I thought that's what I saw because they were similar. It was plus 650 or plus 750.
The target share in that offense is weighted towards Higgins. I mean, it's Chase, Higgins. He's getting a lot of targets. Doug Haley's getting. There's Hunter Henry, and then there's another tight end.
Howard Higbee.
Some of the other fellows that they really like, and if
No,
they can
but
stay
is Hunter
healthy,
Henry
they can
with
be productive.
with the Patriots?
Patriots.
Then who's the guy with H's with Bengals?
Hurst, something. Hurst.
Hayden Hurst.
Hayden Hurst.
Athletic receiver, pretty good hands.
Yeah, you like him?
Yeah.
Can he block?
He's not afraid to block. It's not his specialty. But
Hand in the dirt?
He'll block if you ask him to.
Boyd is plus 1,300. Higgins is now at 850, and Jamar Chase is plus 600.
Who's the favorite? Mixon?
Mixon.
What's he, like plus 350?
For whatever reason, I can't see.
Oh, God, it's exhausting.
It actually is, because I would have picked Mixon, but I literally can't see based on this interface on this website.
Doug, what's wrong with the interface?
I don't know.
It actually frustrates me, but...
There's
neither here
a
nor
gambling
there.
website, and they don't let you see what the numbers are?
It's like this pop-up menu, and you hit X, and it won't. It just doesn't do anything. If anyone has DraftKings Sports app, then they know what I'm talking about.
I think you got John Rahm last week for plus 1,000.
I think Gangster Pete took something like that.
Yeah, he was
Like
on-
Tom Kim
he
or
was big
something.
on Tom Kim. Guys, to the Grints and Heavies, upset with Iggy for spending a collective segment each week cornering Max for tickets and demanding Jody fetch his coffee. We can vouch for his stick-to-itiveness in not taking breaks when he's courting our wives. Thanks. That's from the coalition of married listeners' husbands looking to third-wheel Iggy's date with our wives.
There is a certain stick-to-itiveness.
Do you mind if we dance with your dates?
Mr. Licks is not happy that he is not Listener of the Month. Well, we don't know who the Listener of the Month is, presented by Milagro Tequila, Doug. It'll be decided at the end of the month, but all you got to do is sign up at tmastl.com. He says, how can I not be Listener of the Month when I've spearheaded putting money in Iggy and Plowsy's pockets? Starbucks for the dais if I'm selected. That's Mr. Licks. He's bribing us with coffee.
Well, we haven't seen any money, and I'm all for it. I love KG in O-Town. I have no beef with them.
You
Love
would
the
bring Pepper and Jeannie back.
100%. We're going to have an exclusive little deal on Monday for the listeners.
Have you seen the spot yet to be produced?
Is it sponsored yet?
Well, I'm going to do it just to do it. I'm not doing it solely for the purpose in terms of
Well, I'm doing it
financial
because I told you I
gain.
would do it. But
Yeah.
He's the one boasting about I have a sponsor for the interview. But it's Friday.
And it's on Monday.
You have to get this in to get it produced, and I haven't seen it, so I'm guessing there isn't one.
Well, if you could get a sponsor for like $100, maybe the station gets 50, and KG in O-Town as a salesman gets 30 of that, and you guys get $10 a piece.
Yeah,
that sounds really
I ain't getting out of bed for that, man.
Lunch on Licks.
Again, I'm not sure this station's going to go do jumping jacks for $50.
No, they'd rather have 50 than not have it, I'm sure.
There's more work involved to put a spot together.
Not for them. All they got to do is provide the microphone that you're sitting in front of. The computer to
Imagine
record it.
sending a complaint to Hubbard that your $50 spot wasn't good enough.
This is from Scott's Wrinkled Ballsack's wife. Wow. Unfortunately, Tim, I have to disagree with you. I used to think shower sex was overrated, but have recently figured out what the correct move is to make it enjoyable. It's from Scott's Wrinkled Ballsack's wife.
Well, what is it?
I don't know. I mean, I'm speaking from the male perspective, and one of the reasons why I don't find it as enjoyable is a male situation. I can't speak to what Scott's Wrinkled Ballsack's wife is doing in the shower.
Oh.
Perhaps she,
let us know,
or Scott would like to let us know,
Preferably
because I
her.
know we have a lot of female listeners who might be interested in the tip.
There's a real slip and fall hazard involved there.
Well, it all depends on the configuration of the shower, too. I mean, if it's a big shower, if it's a wide shower, you know, if there's like handles and things that you can kind of like...
If there's a bench.
Put a leg on.
For reverse cowgirl?
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty easy. Just sit down.
I bet there have been some people hurt doing that.
What, reverse cowgirl?
No, falling in the shower.
Yeah, I'm sure there are some injuries.
Yeah.
Some war stories.
Shower's more good for foreplay, though.
Is it?
I don't like to shower one damn bit.
Oh. All right, really?
Here's
Wow.
what I like to do in
Passionate
the
take alert.
Here's what I like to do in the shower. Get in, get out, dry off, get dressed, I'm out.
You don't like a long shower?
7 total minutes from when I put on the fan and the light in the bathroom to when I am leaving the bathroom.
That's
Done,
just it. For a lot
dressed,
of people, that's
showered.
one of the highlights of the day, to sit in a warm shower for a while.
That's sad.
I hate showers.
You don't like that? I love a light.
Hell no. Having sex, two people want it at two separate temperatures.
It's a little dry.
Oh God!
Just like in showers.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, just
Not
showers in
necessarily- That's
general.
not the right the word I'm looking for. There's water, but it's not what I'm looking for.
Oh, like your skin gets dry after your shower. That's why you have to put on lotion immediately after your shower. So you can imagine what happens when bodies are flying.
You ever get out of the shower, this solo, you ever get out of the shower and your stomach's a little bloated? What's up with that?
I didn't notice that.
Are you drinking water?
The gerbil.
No.
Oh, yeah, is it the gerbil? Is he moving around?
It's usually when he eats,
I don't know.
the stomach lining.
If water seeps into your body,
drowning,
to the
so he's
pores,
going
and you're a little chubbier when you get out of the shower than when you went in?
So you like need to be juiced after you get out of the shower? You just stepped on?
No. I just noticed that I seem to be more bloated when I get out of the shower than when I went in it.
It's hot.
It's very hot.
You eat in your shower?
No.
That's when you know you got a situation.
Yeah.
Kramer did it.
Do you honestly think, Iggy, that I'm just throwing out fake sponsors? This is not a sketch. It's real. I'd say you're going to feel like an ass when you see that this is real, but we all know you would never admit to being wrong. KG in O-Town.
Gosh.
Wow.
Okay, can you hold on to that text, please? Just pin that if you could.
Doug, pin that text.
Pin it.
Yeah, just pin
I wouldn't
that.
know how to pin it.
I'll copy it and put it in a Word document.
Okay.
Yeah, you can. I don't know if you can pin it on there.
I can't.
I mistakenly pinned a message, text message.
Was that the score does not pee fight me thing?
No, it was somebody who was donating a Gobble Bowl, and it was a pretty nice item, so I didn't want to lose it. So I didn't know how to save it, so I hit something and it pinned it. And now every time I go to my text messages, up there at the top, it won't go anywhere. So I guess you can pin things and they kind of stay up there.
Here, I'm going to put it on a Word document and I'm going to print it out.
Oh, nice. So it'll join our little display here. I will gape you in the shower, you pale Truman bitch. That's from the recovering alcoholic from Belleville and West.
That didn't seem nice.
Well, at least it's not his wife. Now he's getting in on the action.
He wants. I don't want to be gaped.
No.
I can't imagine what you would talk about showers.
Yeah, a shower for me is when it happens in the shower. It's more of like a foreplay thing, where you take a shower before you go have sex. So it's more of a foreplay thing, and then when you get done, you dry off and you go straight into the bedroom for sex. You're already taking care of the foreplay, and that's kind of exhilarating and fun when it's in the shower, I think.
Shower sex is difficult because my head keeps bouncing off the wall and the water creates friction on my wife's strap-on.
Oh.
It's Rob McClanahan.
Gosh.
My good friends call me Rue.
Just the good friends. Yeah, I could see that. I could see how you would call him Rue. Because it was a very popular show for a while.
Golden Girls.
I still watch that show when it's on.
Design Air is a very popular HVAC company. As a matter of fact, it's the official one of TMA and the Tim McKernan Show podcast. Work with Seth Goldcamp and his wonderful staff. Design Air Heating and Cooling is online at designairservice.com. So when you run into a spot where your furnace is not working, you go to designairservice.com, and the next thing you know, well, friends, you are working with somebody immediately, and they will be out at your home immediately as well. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling. Doug, you're a client, right?
Yes, I am.
I'm a
Love 'em.
client, and I am a huge fan as well. And if you've worked with them, you won't go anywhere else. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling online at designairservice.com.
Those guys are really good.
They are.
Most of their technicians have been with them for a long time, and they really know what they're doing.
They are phenomenal. And if you're looking for a place to go this weekend for dining, Iggy, you went there a couple weeks ago. It's Andrea's. Oh, how do you do? Now, you know about that steak sauce. Iggy said they're going to get into the barbecue sauce business, too. Can't wait to try that, Max. It's not just for steak lovers, but also serving grilled tuna, broiled salmon, Chilean sea bass, and chicken entrees. But it is hand-cut steaks brushed in their famous Andrea's steak sauce. How do you do?
Well, I'm
It's
fine.
in Fallon, Illinois on Collinsville Road. It's Andrea's Steakhouse, and famous for that Andrea's steak sauce. Check it out if you are looking for a wonderful dining experience. We have the Bert Early Cutlery Cuts of the Week, the Design Air Heating and Cooling Email of the Day coming up in our Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour. We'll close out the appliance discounters 8 o'clock hour. This is the Ryan Kelly Morning After from the Michelob Ultra Studios.
The Tim McKernan Show podcast, featuring long-form interviews with people from the world of sports, politics, and entertainment.
And our guest today, Bill McClellan. Thanks so much for coming in.
Hey, my pleasure, Tim.
What's up, Caden?
Hi, how are you?
Joe Buck, our guest today.
Man, it's like I haven't seen you in years.
More than 500 episodes and counting, and it's available wherever you get your podcasts, including the TMA STL app. Get the app now at TMASTL.com.
Ryan Kelly, the home loan expert, is with us. Ryan, rates are still going up. Is it a good time to buy a house still?
Absolutely, Doug. It truly is. We have a saying at the Home Loan Expert office: you marry the house, you date the rate. You know, you fall in love with the house. You're going to be there for a while. But the mortgage, you're probably going to refinance that along the way. Now, mortgage rates are up, but don't let that scare you. Again, you marry the house, you date the rate. Mortgage rates will come back down at some point. Got questions? Ready to get pre-approved? Visit thehomeloanexpert.com.
Urban Dictionary defines thirsty as purposely, knowingly, and recklessly attempting to gain fame to boost self-esteem. So, are you thirsty? Well, TMA has you covered. Become a part of the 2023 TMA Listener of the Month Club. You nominate yourself for a monthly award. And if you win, you get recognition and stuff to help you satisfy that insatiable thirst. We're talking January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, etc. Go to TMASTL.com or the TMA app. Give us your name, a photo, and other pertinent information. Tell us why you deserve to be TMA Listener of the Month. And if you don't want to use your real name or photo, we don't really care. The TMA Listener of the Month. Get recognized just for being you, or fake you, or whatever. Quenched by Milagro Tequila. Welcome to the brighter side of tequila with Milagro in the morning after on KPNT HD2. Hey, if you like the morning after, check out Balloon Party on 101 ESPN. HD1, by the way. It's sports talk with Tim McKernan and Action Jackson from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. each weekday, right after the morning after. It's the worst named show in the history of radio, but the content's pretty good, so check it out on 101 ESPN. Or get the podcast on the TMA app.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here with James Carlton of the Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency. And James, I love getting emails from listeners who support the sponsors. I got one last week from a client of yours who switched, and you immediately saved him $1,000, and it meant the world to him.
The area that we're really having an impact on people's finances are people with drivers under the age of 25. We're seeing material savings for these types of clients, hundreds, if not even thousands of dollars per year.
James Carlton, Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency, 314-961-4800, or go online at carltoninsurance.net.
Okay. Hot takes.
Yeah.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
And now the Pepperoncini Show with Darren Atkins and Ken Strode. All right, take it, fellas.
There it is. That's the open.
Pepperoncini.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
We don't know what it is. We don't understand the name. We just know it's stupid. And it's available every weekday, featuring Iggy and the Plowboy. Apparently it's some kind of a podcast or something. Available at TMASTL.com and on the TMASTL mobile app. Whatever. Win tickets to see Adam Sandler February 10th at Enterprise Center just by listening on the TMA app or at TMASTL.com.
My father literally came to school one time my whole school career. He opened the door in the middle of the test and I hear, "Where'd you put the rake?" I'm like, "What? You put it on the nail?" I think I did. You think?
Tickets on sale now, but you can win them now. Not to be repetitive, but just go to TMASTL.com to find out more and win. That's TMASTL.com. TMASTL.com. You're hearing TMA all day on KPNT HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis, featuring the Ryan Kelly Morning After, live from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Then a full show replay from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., followed by the best of TMA from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m., and another same-day replay starting at 10 p.m. Find the full schedule at TMASTL.com. Brought to you by Ryan Kelly at thehomeloanexpert.com, the most efficient mortgage process you'll ever experience.
I'm as moist as a freshly baked Betty Crocker cake.
The Ryan Kelly Morning After.
KPNT FM, HD2.
Collinsville, St. Louis.
Roosevelt, William Howard Taft, Woodrow Wilson, Warren G. Harding, Calvin Coolidge, Herbert Hoover, FDR, Harry S. Truman, Dwight D. Eisenhower, JFK, Lyndon B. Johnson, Nixon, Gerald R. Ford, Jimmy Carter, Ronald Reagan, George H.W. Bush, Bill Clinton, George W. Bush, Barack Obama.
Bah! It's Ryan Kelly morning after, and this is the Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour. Catch the game in a pint at one of the 2 locations in Sunset Hills and downtown. Compete for our TMA Listener of the Month. It sounds like the retired air marshal has some momentum. Caller Buzz is live. Mr. Licks thinks he should get it. You can compete. Take them all out and go to tmastl.com and sign up. It's presented to you by Milagro Tequila. Welcome to a brighter side of tequila with Milagro, and you are welcome to call in, as many friends of the Feather have done today. 636-9004-TMA. Steve Schmidt, Kia, North County phone lines. Email in the morning after at InsideSTL.com for our Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day, which comes your way in approximately 40 minutes. And, of course, text into the Engineer Design Facilities text inbox, 314-881-TMA5. If you have visibility to your company or place of business's commercial fire alarm panel and system, email fire@edf-rg.com, and they'll have a technician come out and provide a free evaluation of your system and offer the most competitive contract pricing in the market. Also check them out anytime at edf-rg.com. It's the official commercial fire alarm services and solutions provider of TMA. EDF's Fire Division is now testing, inspecting, and maintaining the fire system on all commercial kitchen and restaurant hoods. It's engineered, designed facilities. Fire at edf-rg.com. Monday is MLK Day, not President's Day, but that song is recited Air Marshal's best work. Brad and Boca. Doug?
Okay. I think
I didn't play that as a tribute to MLK Day. I didn't know I needed to explain that today, but throwing it out there, that was just a song that we like to play every now and then.
Guys, it's such a short commercial break. How did you all make it back in time? That's from Tug McGraw. He closed out the 1980 World Series.
Very good reliever. Kind of a wild guy, crazy guy.
It's weird not to go outside. Like during the break, just sit here.
Do you miss it? What would you and Iggy talk about?
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I certainly miss smoking. But, I mean, it's for the betterment of everything. So, I'm very
another
happy
couple
with
weeks,
the
you won't miss
decision.
it.
Yeah.
That's the goal. I can't believe that I used to eat those caramel M&Ms all the time. I hope you feel the same way about your darts in a few weeks.
Yeah, it really, like, when I was actually thinking about it, my age and how when I started, I have smoked I'm 33 and I've smoked half of my life.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy. You know, to think that consistently a pack a day for 17 years now. That's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot of wear and tear on the lungs.
Yes. So, yeah, I do miss it, but certainly, you know, in the next week or so, pat myself on the back.
Yeah. But the dope, the weed, you're still doing that.
Love the weed.
Oh.
Actually, probably increased it a little more because I get lazy. I don't want to go outside. I just want to eat and kind of chill. I think that kind of eliminates a lot of those cigarette cravings because cigarettes are like an appetite suppressant, is that the right word for it? Okay. And so, yeah, I've noticed that I'm just always more hungry now than I've been even in the past of, like, snacking and eating. So, probably should control that.
Well, why? Maybe
Well,
you gain
not.
some weight.
Yeah.
I mean, you're a guy who could gain 15, 20 pounds just fine.
Yeah. So that's the wild thing.
But your hog would grow, too.
I wouldn't.
I didn't.
Plus, you're classically handsome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, I've been lucky that like my face is like I don't get wrinkles or anything like that right now from it. So it didn't take like that huge damning effect that you see some smokers have over time.
Well, you wouldn't want a lot of wrinkles at 33.
Well, I meant just like you kind of tell it's like I'm not bringing Iggy up in terms of like catcher's mitt. That kind of the term that people use, like for like smokers' face. Yeah.
Well,
so eliminate all of that.
It's a good thing.
Yeah.
It's probably the best thing you could do for your life right now.
Oh, yeah.
Probably the best move you could make.
Yeah.
Financially, for no other reason. Not to mention your health.
Apologize to Mark Close. I didn't have time to stop and say hi.
Oh,
Gotta get in here real quick. I don't want to miss any more time. So
You know Close is going to be upset with you?
Apologize to Mark. Said, hi, I guess I don't have time to talk. Late.
And you're a little upset by that.
No, I stopped and said hi to him. You think I care?
Oh, did you? Hmm. Okay.
Well, you know what I was thinking at the break? And Doug, you probably remember this song.
I probably do.
But I was when who was the guy that invited me to Henry VIII musical?
Buzz.
Call her Buzz.
And if I remember correctly, he had 6 wives. But if you remember the Herman Herbert song,
Yeah, I'm Henry VIII. I am Henry VIII. I am.
I got married to the girl next door.
She's been married 7 times before.
7 times before. He's only been married 6 times.
Everyone was a Henry. Never was a Willie or a Sam. I'm the 8th old man. I'm Henry. Henry VIII. I am.
It makes me think he wasn't singing about Henry VIII, the king, because he said she's been married 7 times before.
That was her.
Yeah.
But it also was just a song, not necessarily historical.
Well, it wasn't even Henry VIII, so. Anyway, I was just thinking about that at my smoke break. So I did.
Well, you missed the Plowhawk talking to you out there, don't you?
I did show prep while I was out there, so I'm doing work.
The show prep was what now? That remembering that song?
Yeah, and I came in and talked about it. So that was my contribution to the beginning of the 9 o'clock hour.
Then it's a nice contribution.
Yeah, I miss talking to Plowsy out there.
I did say, I certainly miss it. It's been a huge part of my life for a long time. Love it or hate it, you still respect. Had a lot of good memories with those heaters.
Well,
what kind of memories?
Still smoking pot, aren't you?
Well, yeah, but
we talked about this 4 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
No,
that's
the part of the problem of missing the break.
Well, then we don't talk about it.
All right. You can actually taste the flavor of the smoke going in your lungs.
Thank you. I couldn't even determine what taste. It's just I don't know, air, a little bit of heat.
They have no flavor. It's just the nicotine.
Doug, yesterday on the Fast Line, Jamie Rivers had a theory.
What was it?
Take a listen.
I saw Jamie. He's doing the morning show today.
I believe Matt Holliday is going to stay on in certain capacities. Is that? Maybe I'm crazy.
We'll ask him.
Okay.
He'll tell us.
I think he is.
Do you think he got nervous when we started asking him, like, hey, you need to talk to Judge? He's a free
I think
agent.
he got nervous when we said that we would like to hang out in the dugout.
And he guaranteed that, too.
He did.
He said, no problem, guys.
No problem. And then I said that I would come off the bench.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And he said, yeah, we could do that. We'll sign you for that.
Yeah.
I think he made a lot of promises that he realized he couldn't keep.
Mo called him.
And Mo said, listen,
man.
I don't like those guys, period.
Yeah. One of them holds me accountable.
One of them holds me accountable. And apparently they've seen me alone in my backyard. They know I have this massive back tattoo. They know I have a nipple ring. I don't like that stuff getting out, Matt.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's got a nipple ring now?
Oh, he always did. He started with that.
Jamie's John Mosaic.
It was slightly risky, but not visible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Interesting.
You can see it every now and then when he moves a certain way with his dress shirt. You can see it. And it's not like a ring anymore. It's just like the straight bar.
Sure.
What do they call that? Just the bar with the little...
No idea.
I don't know. With the balls on the end of it. You know what I'm talking about? Like the ball bearings.
So there's it's a straight line and balls attached to it.
Yeah, it's
I know what you're talking about.
It's like a solid peg. Solid peg and 2 balls on it.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got you now, I think. I got you. What's trending is next in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN.
Andrew Cuomo had one of those. Remember that picture of him in a golf shirt where you could see the thing on his nipple? Good Lord.
Maybe that's why Mo wears that sweater tied around his neck with it hanging down over his nipples.
I don't think he's got nipples bars.
Well, you don't know that, Doug.
Nah, he wouldn't spend money on that.
It's funny you say that. Afterwards, I asked Jamie if it was cool if I played that on TMA. He goes, absolutely. He goes, it's a cost-effective nipple ring. It's something we can develop.
Doug, what happened with Matt Holliday?
I think he probably really started thinking about the commitment that was involved, and does he really want to just be a guy sitting on the bench offering occasional advice on when to change a pitcher or when to hit and run, as opposed to being with his son, who's still, I guess, a high school kid and a daughter too. And he probably thought, wait a minute, what am I doing? It might have been different had he been the manager, but just to go to be a bench coach certainly doesn't need the money. Certainly doesn't need to travel to see the country. Been there, done that 1,000 times. Yeah, I don't blame him at all. I guess I'm not really surprised if you think of it in those terms.
I think I'm surprised because of how specific he was throughout his career. Like he was very buttoned up, like went to places where he wanted to go, played for as long as he wanted to. To me, to have like the oversight of not thinking about the family or, the work that it entails. I understand if you use those reasonings to turn down a job offer. I completely understand that. But to accept a job and then 2 months later, before the season, no work has been done for the most part. Spring training hasn't started. Free agency, I mean, you obviously know for the Cardinals it really doesn't exist. So, I mean, what changed in 2 months? To me, it's just so odd. We'll never understand the real story. But the family thing is a great cover because you can't really go, dig into that.
That's probably the real story.
I'd be shocked if that was, but it's just weird. The whole thing is, it's not mid-season. It's 2 months after you accept a job.
I was more surprised that he took the job, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And I'm with Doug, but at the same time, when we talk to retired players and, they get back in the game, or what do you miss the most about the game? It's always the camaraderie. I miss being with the players in the locker room. And I get that. But, I mean, maybe he looked at the roster and said, what camaraderie? I mean, these guys are like 20. I don't know most of these guys. It's not like I'm going to go out and have dinner and drinks with these guys. So maybe that was it.
I mean, Mike Maddox used the family thing, and a week later, he's on a new team. Like, to me, the family thing is a perfect get-out-of-jail-free card. Nobody's going to double down. Nobody's going to call you a liar because it just makes you look horrible.
So you think there's a problem within the Cardinal organization?
The fact that Mike Maddox did the same exact thing, well, obviously he was there longer, but used the same reasoning, and Matt Holliday could easily probably go to the Oklahoma State coaching staff. I know he'd volunteer before the Cardinals. I mean, to use the family thing is fine, but I would hope in a month he isn't announced as like the bench coach for Oklahoma State.
Well, that would be weird, yeah. That would raise a whole
I mean,
bunch
the
of
Mike Maddox thing blew me away. That he wanted to step down, spend more time with the family. Apparently, they went on a trip to Disney World, and he's back in baseball, I guess. I don't know.
So you think there might be something or somebody they don't like in the Cardinal organization?
No, I don't know. I don't know that at all. I have zero information on that. We've heard the family thing before. It just
Beer Cats is not happy with the conversation. He was the bench coach, you dolt. I don't think there's some secret scandal as to why he's leaving. That's from Beer Cats.
Well,
I think it's weird. I mean, I may be looking into it more. It's just you accept a job. The job hasn't even started. In 2 months, it's over. That to me, it's weird.
This is his quote to Derek Gould in the St. Louis Post-Dispatch. When it came down to it, I just didn't want to miss all the things with my kids. In theory, 4 months out, it seemed like something I wanted. As it got closer, I just felt like I stopped playing in the majors because I didn't want to miss all the things you miss. When you say yes to something, you say no to something else. Yeah. Matt Holliday to Derek Gould of the Post-Dispatch.
I can understand that. And if you have younger kids, and I guess his kids could still be considered young, even if they're high school age, you don't want to miss. You don't want to miss the stuff that they do. That's more interesting to you than another Cardinal baseball game or Cardinal baseball season. I'm sure he saw Skip Schumacher spend, 2 years as a bench coach and get a managerial job? And that was probably appealing to him, thinking, well, I'll go that route. And then when it got right down to it, he said, "What do I really want to do that? Well, my son plays high school ball, and I miss all that, and my daughter does whatever she's involved in." That's not very appealing to somebody who financially can do whatever the heck he wants to do the rest of his life.
Doug, I'm not disagreeing. And that could easily be the reason why. To me, it's, those reasons are just fine if the Cardinals are openly trying to hire you and you deny it and say, I want to be close to my family. What changed in 2 months, we'll never know. I just think it's just for that type of guy to make decisions, and think about every decision he's made in a baseball career to just, kind of jump to a bench coach position and then hop out of it 2 months later. Yeah. I don't know.
Well, if he does,
it seems fishy to me, but I could be dead wrong.
If, like Maddox, he does accept a job with another organization, then I think that would raise a red flag that, wait a minute, what just happened?
Holliday made $159,917,000. Skip Schumacher made $14,287,000. Just for context on the dollars, and Skip Schumacher was making in the 300s and 400s up until he got a $2 million deal with the Cardinals in 2010.
Yeah, he's hardly hurting either. Yeah, he's in good shape also.
So, I see. The honest answer from me and my reaction to it is I was surprised by it at this point because they're less than a month from going there, and I would imagine for the coaches they'll be there even sooner. I was surprised, as I think you guys may have said, that he took the job in the first place. But at the same time, for example, with somebody like Edmonds, I was surprised he was broadcasting as many games as he was, too.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, it was Edmonds who told me. He goes, what people don't realize, and then it doesn't play well if guys say it, one of our biggest fears when we retire, because usually you're retiring in your mid-30s, maybe late 30s if you're lucky, and you're set for life. So you don't need to do anything. Furthermore, all you've known since you can remember is competing. And now...
Let's learn it.
Oh, my God.
She just did some sort of
She just did a cross
odd
check.
dance.
Tell her to come in here real quick.
Could you please come in? Courtney, you're running away? Courtney's running away.
What are you doing today?
Here, let's share a mic like we're
like
Lindsay and Stevie. Here we go.
Oh, my God.
For
God, look at
heaven's
this.
sakes.
Iggy, do you feel like you're getting cucked?
That's a cuck.
Is that a drop?
Hey, learn on the... Sometimes we have issues with the camera here. Somebody...
If you're close.
Oh, I know that the audience wants to say, there you are. Yeah, you're on the
Yeah,
camera.
bar right in front of your face.
What are you in so early for?
Well, I can't talk about it.
Oh, classified.
Classified documents. Do I have bad breath, by the way?
No, it's wonderful.
I'm sorry. It's wonderful, yeah. No, we have top secret stuff going on today.
Oh, wow.
I know what it is.
You do? How do you know?
What is it? Orders.
Oh, because you got the email.
I spend a lot of time in the hallways talking.
Talking to people. You are like the gossip girl of covered radio. You
I
probably know
have
everything.
no idea what's going on here at all.
And that makes sense.
I love it that way.
I wish I could be more like you. You know?
There it is. I mean,
Right.
there it is.
She sent out an email telling us what she was doing.
No, that was the nonprofit email.
Oh,
I saw
that's
that.
not what
But
you're
that's,
doing.
I'm glad you read it, Doug.
I've been on your show. I was on that show a couple weeks ago.
I responded to it.
What did you say, Plowboy?
I said I read that email as well.
Thank you so much for
Good for
reading
you.
it.
So then
Out
how
of
does
all-
Iggy know?
Well, Iggy knew about the nonprofit email because he actually emailed me some nonprofits to look into, which I appreciate. But the other email, do you really know?
I didn't get the email, but I.
But you know.
Yeah, I think I've heard about it too.
Oh, you did? Okay, see, everybody knows.
I don't.
I don't.
Well,
I don't.
Jackson, you don't?
No, I don't.
Well, I don't
How do
say anything.
You know, you're more in the dark than I am.
I wear out a lot of shoe leather as a journalist, Tim.
You know, if I hear things, I don't even tell my coworkers because if I'm told something in confidence, I don't repeat it.
Okay. We might be talking about two different things.
That's kind of what I think is going on.
Well, we could be.
Can you write it down?
No.
Here, let's both write it down and see if
Yes.
it's right.
I'll
Doug,
write
look,
it
it's a
down, too.
guessing game. You love guessing games.
Yeah, I do.
Man, guessing games are fun.
We can't read our answers on the air, but we can tell you
No.
if we're right.
Hey, do you want to put your address on here? Iggy was mad that he didn't get a Christmas card, so my wife had people at address.
I don't share where I live.
Even with
I don't
me.
blame ya.
Wow. Doug, what a defining moment for my relationship.
I appreciate that.
That's what I think it is.
One day, maybe.
Well, she's probably living up in the Chase Park Plaza.
You think that's where she is?
I just moved, and so I just want to have what is it? I can never say it.
Anonymity.
Anonymity. I just want to have a little bit of anonymity.
Make sure nobody sees
none of my
your
new
thing
neighbors
there.
know what I do. I don't know what stations they listen to. I don't want to know. My old house, every listener was a KSHE listener. Every time I'd go running, they would hit me up for tickets.
Oh, gosh.
You don't know.
Oh, that's
so
fun.
I'm hiding from
Yeah.
the public.
All right, this is me and
All right.
Doug's, so I'll just. leave
Doug,
it
you
there.
have an idea?
Okay, this is what you guys thought?
Yeah.
Okay, you're completely, well, you're not, who did this?
Me.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
Oh,
Hold on, I got to
here.
get that away from the camera.
This
Okay.
is kind of,
Yeah.
it's his birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I got you.
And then it's, so
Okay.
we're celebrating.
Yeah, I got that email that we're
Okay, great.
going in there.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Oh, great.
I thought it was the other thing that you
We,
guys
never,
were
we never
talking
really
about.
break on this show, so
No.
it'll be weird to.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a surprise, but
How
nobody-
is the Doug? How would you describe the show to learn?
No better than it has been.
God, you're gorgeous. I just look
Yeah.
at you. and
No
I think-
kidding. I'm
You're like-
impossibly handsome.
I was watching old episodes of Fear Factory, and they had a celebrity one where David Hasselhoff was on.
Yeah.
And I was thinking to myself, David Hasselhoff is to Germany what Doug Vaughn is to the United States of America.
Oh my
I
God!
think
Clip
so,
that off
yeah.
for a promo.
I was up for Baywatch. I think I finished second to him in the casting.
You did.
It's
I knew you
disappointing.
did.
Yeah.
I'm big in Jamaica.
See all these texts that come in throughout the course of the.
Oh.
Some of them are directed currently to you. If you
Yeah,
want to read any
let's
of them.
see what happened. If you don't want people hitting you up for tickets, probably should stay away from Iggy. Uncle Cucker.
Have I ever asked you for a concert ticket?
No. Oh, great. Is Learn giving back to the community charity?
You wouldn't understand what that is, but I have to say the first thing she did when she clicked on this number, it's a statue with topless.
Ginormous gazungas.
Oh.
And the areolas appear to be leaking. I don't really know.
Sculpture by Greg
that
Lansky.
is about.
That's what we get into our text inbox.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen a Mark McGuire picture yet?
You poor things.
Don't ask for it.
No wonder you guys need a weekend. I don't know how this Apple computer works. All right, well, thanks for letting me crack.
Okay,
Thanks for coming in.
Ladies and gentlemen, there she is.
I'll see you in there at 9:45.
KC95, 2 p.m., 6 p.m.
Don't look up my address. Thank you.
No, we won't. Okay.
Yeah, let me know when it's 9:45. I just got to pop my head in there real quick. And...
What? No, we're on the air at 9:45.
Well, I want to go in there and say happy birthdays.
Not much we can do
Okay.
about that.
No, I guess not. If you're going to leave, you're going to leave.
Well, maybe we can play cuts in that segment. And we can all go in there.
That actually isn't a bad idea.
Yeah, actually, that works perfectly.
Yeah.
There you go. I came up with something.
More gigs.
Learn begins to hand out compliments, and then Higgy says, I'm handsome too. I'm popular in Jamaica.
I don't think I said I was handsome.
Sponsored Bobby Tejas.
I don't think the word I'm handsome too ever came out of my mouth, Bobby.
A lot of texts immediately came in for Learn, and then she clicks on one, and it truly is a statue with leaking areolas.
Oh. It says it's by Greg Lansky.
It could be. He's into the statue business now.
Guys, I love how the pita pocket rested his arm on the dais when Learn walked to stop the severe shaking from his nervousness.
Well, my arms are on the dais now, as they are every time I talk, so thanks for noticing.
Boy, they pick on the smallest stuff, don't they?
They do.
I don't like the term pita pocket for you.
No.
He is literally drooling. He is an uber simp for Learn. Never seen anything like it. It's from Ken's
Oh, that
wedding
one got him. Now he's crestfallen.
It's just stupid.
Don't let him get you.
It's just stupid. Learn is the coolest chick I know. I don't know how many times I've said that. She's just a very nice person and cool to be around. That's it.
And you keep asking her for tickets?
No, I've never. Well, she answered the question. I've never asked Learn for tickets.
Okay.
I don't have to.
No.
God almighty.
Oh, boy.
Crestfallen.
It was nice for her to come in, though. Yeah, we were I was kind of off.
Courtney kept walking.
Yeah, doing it. No.
I was kind of off on my prediction.
That's correct. Well, I mean, yeah.
I forgot. Well, I thought they were all in for a staff meeting. I didn't know they were going in there, and I forgot about that. I got the email then, and I forgot about it. AD sent one out.
Doug, this is all cryptic to the audience.
I haven't Learn mentioned when she was in here. Why she's here?
We're 20 minutes away.
It's not like that show. Anybody on that show is listening to us.
No, I wouldn't think so.
They would have a heart attack.
And they don't take text on that show. So.
Well, they can't.
Our listeners, I guarantee you, there's a text inbox. Listeners will be texting in trying to ruin it.
I said a fax machine.
Cat almost stopped breathing when Learn walked in. His body tensed up, and he leaked a little toaster strudel icing into his pant.
Oh!
That's from Little Tommy Tribbins, Doug. He won 2022 Texture of the Year.
Toaster strudel icing.
Well, Tommy Tribbins will text in and say, I breathed into the microphone, and now I stop breathing. You really pay attention to my breathing, don't you?
Oh, I think that's between you and your cardiologist.
That's so nutty. It's a dirty boy. I like it. I like it. Jackson, tell the people about Mark Hanna, because he's who you work with.
He's the great communicator is what he is. You know, it's a new year.
Oh, Penn, I'm sorry.
It's a new year. It's the 13th of January. And let's say you're trying to turn things around for yourself or just put yourself in a better position. A great first step is getting in touch with Mark Hanna.
Nice.
He gets you on the right path. If you know nothing about finances, I really didn't know much at all before I started working with Mark Hanna, but he's so good at explaining.
Now you're a day trader.
Yeah, I could be because of the way he communicates everything to you. It doesn't matter what situation you're in, how much money you're making now. It's about the act of saving. Mark Hanna will help you with that. He'll give you the right proven strategies to help you out. And then, like I said, you get on the phone with him, you feel better getting off the phone than when you got on the phone. And really, that's all that matters. So if you don't have anybody, start working with Mark Hanna. I implore you to start working with Mark Hanna.
Wow, how about that?
And he's a
course.
life Sherpa.
He is. Great communicator is what you call him, Doug.
No, that was Ronald Reagan.
Bingo, the great communicator, Mark Hanna.
314-889-0503 or go online at evergreenstl.com. VIP Auto Accessories, that's Tommy Cibulka, VIP Auto Accessories, the St. Louis accessory experts. Work with Tommy, and you'll be happy that you did. It's commercial, van, and truck upfitting, and all you got to do is call them directly, 314-428-3900. You can email them directly, 314-428-3900. The phone number, tommy.cibulka@vipautoaccessories.com is the email address. VIP Auto Accessories, your one-stop, full-service shop for all your auto accessory needs. They do van and truck upfitting for commercial fleet vehicles, provide graphic solutions for vehicles, retail office space, floors, windows, and more, and have a full array of public safety solutions, including for EMS and police fleets. VIP is now a full-service operation providing top-quality service and the ability to get it done now. They are a one-stop shop. That's VIP. One-stop shop will save you time and hassle. Go to VIPAutoAccessories.com or call Tommy Cibulka, 314-428-3900, or email him at tommy.cibulka@VIPAutoAccessories.com. That's CIBULKA. Tommy Cibulka. Think about it. I got a sound story today at 11:30. Is that our only sound story today? Nurse?
Yeah.
If you're interested in a sound story, whether it be for Valentine's Day, whether it be for a birthday gift, now that the holidays have settled in, come on in. We have been doing them left and right this week. We love doing them. And you can book it at mysoundstory.com. And Doug will sit with you. If you are looking for, Jackson, what do we call you? The value-priced option.
Yeah, value. Truncated price.
Value-priced option.
We got a cut of the week from that as well.
Oh, is that
and
right?
a couple drops.
mysoundstory.com. John Hewlett, Randy Character. Thank you. Learn, Courtney, Riz, Moon.
We've had a few people come in and say, I'm really skeptical. I really didn't want to do this. My son made me do that. Because they think they're going to have to give a long, well-thought-out speech about their life. And then after they sit down and talk, they go, well, that was kind of fun.
Yeah, and it flies. That's what I always say at the start of it, because I can tell that they're nervous. Say, listen, it'll fly by. It'll be 45 minutes, an hour, whatever it'll be, and it'll fly by. And then the next thing you know, it's over, and they go, holy crap, that was so much fun. And then they go, I'm going to have to tell my friends.
Don't let mom or dad or grandma or grandpa tell you, no, I've got nothing to say. I'd be nervous. No, they'll get over that in about 30 seconds.
You're exactly right. It's mysoundstory.com. It is the perfect gift. You can get a gift certificate, so you don't even have to schedule it. But once you get the gift certificate, you can go in there and schedule it and do it. And I'm doing one today at 11:30. Boys, I'm shocked when Learn walked into the studio. The old leather mitt didn't stand up with a mess. I can't do this.
Gosh, I'm starting to get crestfallen. Stop with all this criticism.
Ken's voice went up an octave or two, asking Learn why she was in so early. It was totes adorable if you caught it. That's from Brad, and he's in Boca.
I don't see any of the or hear
Why
any
don't you
of
go
these.
back and just play the audio and see if I...
I think we're going to compare and contrast
Here
the
I am.
pitch.
It'll be up for podcast in
So I would say...
30 minutes.
What are you doing in here so early? That's not what I said. I didn't say, what are you doing in here so early? I was...
What are you doing there so early?
Oh, gosh.
I would have noticed that.
You wouldn't hear that.
Yeah. You've got suave. Is that what you said you had?
I got suave.
You've got suave. That's right.
Nothing I can do about it.
No.
You were born with this drip.
Born with suave.
Yeah. Not many have it, but you've got it in spades.
Terrible shampoo, though.
It's the cheap stuff.
That was a stray.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
You always keep a bottle, though, in the cupboard in case you run out, you get in the bathtub. There's nothing. You always got that bottle of suave that you can use for one shower.
Yeah. You can use a bar of soap once or twice, too. Yeah. That works.
I wash my hair
Not every day, but...
I wash mine every other day. It's not good to wash your hair every day.
Why?
I don't know. I just told it's not good to wash your hair every day.
Who told you that?
He's right.
Why?
You're supposed to let like the natural grease kind of settle in there. Helps with follicle health. They say like once every third shower you should shampoo.
Maybe that's why I still have hair.
I
Look at that, Doug. Look at those locks. Oh, what?
That's genetic.
I only wash my hair once every other day.
Doug, if I had that hair, I think I'd be a senator. If I had Iggy's hair, That's what I think.
You think?
If I had your
Well, it doesn't
height,
take much
Jackson's
anymore.
height, that's true, and Iggy's hair, I think I'd be in the U.S. Senate. That's what I've decided.
Well, you could be in the Senate anyway.
No, it gets tougher. I mean, how many people under 5'10" are in the Senate? Michael Dukakis was a small man, but he couldn't.
He was?
And then he drove around in a tank and it ended the whole thing.
Yeah. It didn't go well for him. You just see a little head peek out with a helmet. I don't know the height of these senators. I don't know.
thought we had that.
Rubio doesn't look too tall.
I would guess he's probably in the 5'10" range. I don't know. I have no clue. You know who's not tall?
Jerry Nadler. You ever seen that body?
I'm not familiar with
He's
his
a
work.
congressman from New York.
Okay.
Looks like a weeble. He's about 5'4".
He's listed as 5'3".
Yeah.
Because I think there's a good chance this gentleman is president. Would imagine you're a fan of his, Doug. Did you know this?
Who? About who?
Do you want to take a guess?
DeSantis?
There
Yeah,
you
he's
go.
not real big. He's like 5'9" or 10.
Yeah.
Right.
So that would break the mold. One of the smallest president in United States history. What do you think?
I have it up.
What do you
John
got?
Adams.
Nope.
My relative, of course.
Yeah.
George Taft.
Not
that was
president.
Taft.
George Wendt from
William,
Cheers.
that's
Norm.
Correct, Norm. He served briefly.
He was in between FDR.
Oh,
The
Taft.
shortest.
George Taft was the.
Yeah.
He was the Toastmaster General.
That's
George
Jim
Raft.
Madison.
Jim Madison.
George Raft.
George Raft. I'm sorry.
The president who's the shortest was in the first 8 presidents.
James Madison.
James Madison is the answer.
Oh.
Did you look it up?
Yeah.
Oh.
Abraham Lincoln tallest?
Yeah. By half an inch over.
I was going to guess Clinton.
LBJ. Clinton was the 5th. He had 6'2", 6'2.5", tied with Jefferson.
Trump's like 6'3", isn't he?
Yeah, 6'3". He's the 3rd tallest.
How tall was Lincoln?
6'4".
6'4". Boy, I bet he was huge for the 1800s.
Yeah.
And then he had a top hat on top of the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's like Pronger on
That
skates.
stovetop hat was like a foot and a half.
They say he had a really high-pitched voice. That
All
like
right.
DDL's voice in Lincoln is not anything like what people have
Did
said.
you have a problem with him calling him DDL?
Yeah, what's that?
Daniel Day-Lewis,
Oh.
Was there any audio
probably the
back
greatest
then?
actor of our
Yeah,
generation.
how would anyone know if
DDL.
never,
I would say Gina Fine.
I mean, Lincoln's voice, I'm sure, was never recorded.
Yeah, he had a podcast.
He didn't have a podcast.
The first-hand
Broker
account.
time.
First-hand
Doing
account of his
Saturday
voice.
mornings.
I believe Lincoln is the most wrote about American of all time.
Written about.
Yeah, I was about to say I have a problem with that wrote about.
And did you say America?
American.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. Good guy.
There it is.
He's on the
Was he a
The
guest with
Ryan
Pepper and
Kelly
Genie?
Morning
Oh,
After.
kidding.
Abraham Lincoln. Yeah, good guy. Mondays through Fridays, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. There it is. We got a promo.
Brady Farkas.
When did audio start?
Doug, when did audio start?
All right.
Well,
Who
Google
was the
that
first
one.
person to talk?
radio started in, what, 1927 at KDKA in Pittsburgh? Something like that? 27, 28?
1877. The story of sound recording and reproduction began in 1877.
All right.
Thomas Edison.
Would Lincoln have been around?
No. You know when he died, right?
1915.
And
Correct.
For heaven's sake.
That's correct.
1865, right
Yeah.
after the war.
April 14th.
And couldn't
Or
hack
died on the 15th.
No, it's not that he couldn't hack it. He got shot from behind.
Doug, I'm kidding. We didn't have to go into detail.
If he'd have taken that hat off in the theater, he wouldn't have been shot.
It's a little nuts that he got shot in the head but died like 6 hours later.
Well,
Right? Because like with bullets back then weren't as powerful.
yeah.
Guys, apparently James Madison used to bring dads from around D.C. and have some fun, some sniffing holes.
Who was the one who they called, they speculated might have been
Oh, yeah.
homosexual?
Wasn't that?
The Polk?
Buchanan, maybe?
They said like
yeah,
Aunt
Bukey.
Fancy or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bukester. I think it was.
They called him Bukester?
I don't think anyone called him
Well, but
Bukester.
his
Big Daddy
gentleman
Buke?
lovers did.
Bukey. I'm sure there were a few back there that.
Dude, are you
Dabbled.
kidding me? They were getting after it, man.
I think I can give you the presidents in order.
Stank.
You want to do it, Doug?
Do it!
I
Do
think I
it!
can do it in order. Yeah, you got it called up somewhere.
Hold
on
on,
the
give me
computer,
just
see if
1 second.
Is this because of that song by Acoustic
Yeah.
Sessions?
Yeah.
What time is it?
All right, it's 9:39. All right, go ahead, Doug.
Okay. Washington, Adams, Jefferson,
Nice.
Madison, Monroe, Adams, Jackson, Van Buren, Harrison, Tyler, Polk, Taylor, Fillmore, Pierce, Buchanan, Lincoln, Johnson, Grant, Hayes, Garfield, Arthur, Cleveland, Harrison, Cleveland again.
Yes.
McKinley, Taft.
Nope.
Oh, McKinley,
No.
Roosevelt.
Yes.
Taft. Wilson, Harding.
Yes.
Coolidge, Hoover, Roosevelt, Truman.
Yes.
Eisenhower.
Yes.
Kennedy, Eisenhower, Kennedy, Johnson, Nixon, Ford, Carter, Reagan, Bush, Clinton, Bush, Obama, Trump, and Biden.
Bang! Impressive.
Unbelievable.
Impressive.
Unbelievable. Because, I think a lot of people can do the early years and, of course, the recent years, the 20th century. But that 19th century, a lot of kind of, minus Lincoln and Jackson.
Also got Roosevelt, one of the best ones.
You went
Cleveland.
You went Hayes, Garfield, Arthur with no sweat, and that was probably the toughest
what'll
stretch.
get you. That's what'll get you.
Yeah, that's a tough stretch, and you nailed it. Because in between, like, Lincoln and JFK, it can get a little dicey.
Sure it can, because you don't hear much about those people.
Right, Warren G. Harding. Not much else I can say.
Right, see? There you go. Threw acoustic sessions off. Throw anybody off.
I couldn't name the first three.
Yeah, I would have messed up on the first.
After Washington, I'm lost.
Come on.
Seriously?
Yeah. I know nothing about the presidents.
What do you remember? I just said them. Do you remember the first three now?
I wasn't listening.
What were you doing?
It was just going over my head.
Checking emails.
No, I had it on my phone.
No, I'm checking emails right now. Perfect. Just did my time card. Okay.
I'm just not a president guy.
All right.
It's
chills. I have chills. That's from the 314.
Stop.
How many people were like pleasuring themselves as you were talking?
Oh, they got horny as hell.
Harding.
Oh, we got the Hayes Cleveland.
Strom Thurmond once left me a delicate little origami swan on my nightstand after a beautiful night of flap friction. Thanks. That's from what time is it? I'm itching to get out of here.
Strom Thurmond.
He's like 100 when he retired.
He was really old. They've got some in there now. Feinstein is mid-80s, right? Something like that.
Didn't you just retire, though?
I don't know. I don't think so. They say she doesn't even. She can't even. She's lost her memory.
That's why term limits should probably.
I think that'd be the single most important thing we could do right now is term limits.
And I'm talking 2-year term limits.
2 years.
Get them out of there. Don't let them even think that they're comfortable. Never, never, never do that. They will take advantage of everything.
Yeah. Well, if there were term limits, I think they might really go there to serve and try to do some good.
Correct.
Instead of make a career out of it to get out of there
Right.
as multimillionaires.
Did John Mazalik speak this morning, or is this yesterday? This popped up in my timeline now. That's why I ask.
I haven't seen anything, but I'll take another look.
He do an interview
Matt
somewhere?
stepped down for family. This is from John Denton, who we've had on Balloon Party. Matt stepped down for family reasons, which we understand. We are excited to have Joe join us. And with his experience and history with the Cardinals, this makes for an ideal fit. Matt is a loss, but we were thrilled to be able to hire Joe, especially this time of year. Let's see. Obviously, with my kids, I wanted to be home and around them as much as possible, and I still do, but this was an opportunity that I wanted to pursue, and it's an opportunity that I couldn't pass up, is what Holiday said back in November. So, it's not a whole lot new there.
A lot of these scrappy utility players are becoming coaches.
Well, that's usually who make up the coaches.
Lars Nootbaar.
It's not usually the star players.
Lars Nootbaar
Right
still
after
took
his
shrapnel.
bronze statue.
I did reply.
Hey, do you want us to do the thing? We got to probably play the cuts.
Yeah.
Go down the hallway, right?
Oh, crap.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the
there's
Bertarelli
6.5
Cutlery
minutes
Cuts of the Week.
Hit the lever, Plowsy.
Cuts of the Week are brought to you by Bertarelli Cutlery. Visit them on the Hill or online at bertarellico.com. Cut 1.
I did a segment at 1380 once, Maurice Drummond and I, and it was one of the funniest. I don't remember why, but we were mocking Jim Nance and the Masters and the sacredness of the tournament, and we turned it into the landing, the sacred landing, which was, at the time, it's great now, but at the time it was a dump. And we're laughing and rolling. I said, Iggy, can I get a copy of that? I'm just going to save. I never save anything. And he goes, "Come on, buddy. I wasn't recording. Let's just do it. Let's just do it again the next segment." Oh, yeah, that's how it works. I love Iggy, but he's the worst producer. I love him.
Come on. I'm sorry you had to hear that.
I mean, in terms of detail,
This
right?
Martin came in loaded for bear.
No, I
It's
love you
working
guys.
blue.
No, I see Doug, who I grew up watching on TV. I get a little nervous.
You didn't grow up
yes,
watching
I
me.
did.
You didn't.
You and Ed McCauley were doing sports
I wasn't
when I was
with
a
Ed
kid.
McCauley.
Well, he was on the other channel.
Ed McCauley was done somewhere in the 60s.
Now, I do remember when you and Mo were doing a show above the sex shop.
Yeah.
I was running the board. And as soon as I put you guys in the air, I just walked downstairs and smoked for like a half hour.
Well, that's no different than what you do now.
That's poor producing.
That was taking care of business.
We have landed at some terrible places. Think about it.
Oh, my God.
Now, you guys are doing great now.
Yeah.
This is a legitimate operation.
It is, yeah.
But when we were down there, I would invite guests. And remember, Dick Ford had been retired for a while. I invite him down there, and I'm trying to describe how to get to the damn studio. He walks in, he said, I was walking upstairs, and there's some sex shop down there, and they're selling all kinds of toys and stuff. I said, oh, my God. And the next day, Mandy Murphy was coming. I said, can we just, paint over the whole building? This is so embarrassing. And we get Mandy into you remember this? We get her to the studio. She's sitting there talking to Maurice and I, and she looks down at the book. And it's one of those Iggy books, like if somebody shows their boobs or whatever. It was like, what's the book called?
Mr. Skin, probably.
Sitting in front of her.
Oh, what a nice gift for the
After
guests,
I
Ken.
painted over the whole building, Iggy leaves his book sitting out.
Cut.
2. The Virgin doing your sound story is the same as settling for a $10 hooker, Doug.
Oh, gosh.
I don't think we'll use that in the next Joe Buck spot.
No.
Well, yeah, but that's not.
Don't be lame, 3 dubs.
Yeah, but the $10 hooker is fine. What, you're not going to go an hour.
I'm not a $10 hooker.
I know. I just think we're giving a lot of flack to the.
I'm at least a double sawbuck.
Oh.
You seen this ass?
Oh,
Put that off. It's a drop fest. You can just do drops right here, Plowhawk.
Yeah, that was a nice little mess.
That's what you're going to tell the seniors coming in to tell their life story. Have you seen this ass? That's going to get awkward.
Here's our price points. Tim McKernan, Rolls Royce. Doug, Maserati.
Nice.
Jackson, $10 whore.
We can use that for the Joe Buck spot.
Look, for me, if I'm buying a hooker, I'm probably lasting 5 minutes. I'm not paying an hour. I'm not going to go again in that hour. And
If nothing else, I'm clean.
Yeah, and if you go I heard if you go even a minute over the hour, you have to pay for the whole 59 minutes for the other hour.
Oh, really?
Is he talking about soliciting prostitution, bro?
Yeah, I've never done it,
got a
but I'm saying I'd
stopwatch
rather have
going?
the $10 one. It's cheap, it's easy, it's in and out, and you're
Who
done.
told you that? I'd like to know.
I mean, it just.
Hey, if you're ever going to get a hooker, I had a problem with this. I only wanted to go an hour, and I went an hour and 1 minute, and they charged me 2 hours.
Well, isn't that true though? If you go even a minute over, you're into that next hour.
And who are you going to argue with? The pimp with the gun?
Clip that off. I mean, this is you got drops of the week are done right here, Plowhawk. You don't have to edit.
Cut.
3. How about this one? Reverse cuckold. What is a reverse cuckold?
Boy, what a terrible time for Ken to leave the studio.
Who's a bit of a
Can I just yell out the door?
Yeah, I asked him. I've never heard that.
A reverse.
What is
I'm
that?
just doing it. I'm typing it
Reverse
in.
cowgirl, I'm familiar with. And I don't think too many women, I know we have a lot of female listeners, I don't think too many women enjoy that position.
So the man is having sex with another man in front of the wife.
Oh.
And that's skyrocketing in popularity? Are you sure that's what it is?
This is
Up 396% from 21 to 22.
Yeah, when the female partner watches the male partner have sex with another man.
With another man.
And she watches him. That's a reverse cuckold.
Doug, I'm familiar with the term cuck queen.
And what is that?
That's where the woman likes to watch the gentleman with another woman, or the gentleman gets to go out. I suppose it's more just like an open marriage, but I have never heard where, what is this, the reverse cuckolding?
Yeah, 2 dudes are banging and the wife is watching it. That's really love.
How common can that be?
I just asked Iggy about it.
What do you have to say?
He goes, is that where someone's getting cucked and then they throw the guy who was doing the cucking out of the bed and then start berating him? So that was his understanding.
Oh, I like that definition.
That
better.
one.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
That takes a lot of.
It's probably more likely to
puzzle
happen.
pieces.
Kind of comes to his senses.
Yeah. Probably happens often.
Cut.
I'll leave it at the 4.
Guys, the UNLV women's basketball team is 15-1.
The women's team is?
That makes
Why
no
aren't we
sense.
hearing more about them?
We're talking NFL. We're not talking college basketball.
Oh. Okay.
We should be talking.
Thought we were changing topics now and then.
No, after watching Dobbs, I mean, God love him. He's been with 6 teams in 5 years, but he's not your answer.
Who's this now? Is this the Vegas quarterback?
The Titans quarterback?
The Vegas backup quarterback?
Yeah.
We're talking Tires, Dobbs, Tire and Auto?
Josh Dobbs?
You mean Stidman?
I mean, not
A lot of Dobbs locations.
No, I was watching Dobbs play for Tennessee. Stidman?
Stidham.
Yeah,
Stidham. Jared Stidham.
Jared Stidham.
Stidham.
Yeah, I don't think they think he's the answer.
Yeah. So.
Derek Carr just left the team after getting benched.
Well, I know he did.
Josh McDaniels.
Because they said we're playing Stinman to see what he's got. They were going to sit Carr, and he just left.
Josh McDaniels is a fine offensive coordinator. He's a disaster as a head coach. He was a disaster at Denver, and he's bad at
He's
Vegas.
not even a good coordinator, dude.
Well, he had Brady.
Hey, here's
for sure.
Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Let me call him a few plays.
I do kind of like it that Bill Belichick is no longer the grandmaster god of football now that Tom Brady's not there. Not the smartest man on earth. I kind of enjoy that.
Mark my words, you'll see.
There's something profound about to happen when you say mark my words.
Mark my words.
What?
You're going to see Aaron Rodgers in Vegas next
Well, I don't know how that's going to happen.
year. He'll take Cobb with him.
And those were the cuts of the week.
Well, there it is. Bertarelli Cutlery Cuts of the week. Here's what's going on. We went down the hallway. About 4 doors down is where KC95 is, the oldest classic rock station in the world, Doug.
Is it really?
It's John Hewlett's birthday this Sunday. And so, as a surprise, everybody from 105.7 The Point, 92.3 WIL, 106.5 The Arch, 101 ESPN. Did I leave anybody out? I always want to say. I don't think I did.
I think you got it.
We're going into
Point.
I left the point out. God bless America. We're going down the hallway to say happy birthday to John Hewlett right at 9:45. But they were playing a song, and so it got delayed a little bit. And we returned. Iggy, did you stay to get in there?
Of course I stayed. I didn't need to come back.
Did you go in though?
Oh yeah, they had John up on the video. And
It turned out he's working from home today.
yeah, so everybody then they had the cameras pointed at everybody, so John saw everybody. A couple of cakes in there. Then the big bosses came by, Tommy, John.
You didn't get that kind of thing on your 30-year anniversary, did you?
I got a cake.
You asked for it. Yeah.
Well, I had a beg.
Yeah.
John didn't beg. John is the most beloved person here.
Yeah.
As well he should be. Yeah, it was his birthday. And he did it he's doing the show from home today. I don't think AD knew that when he set this up, but.
Probably not.
But yeah, they had the cameras. John was on the video, and he got to see everybody, so it was cool.
Oh, okay.
I represented us.
That's good. You have anything to say?
No, everybody yelled happy birthday and waved. And I said, I got to get back to the show.
All right.
I don't want any more time-lapsed.
No. Time-lapse photography is not your friend.
It was so humbling to see that.
I bet. Well, you're over it now. Still a great night.
Still a great night.
Yeah. It's going to be a great night. I have no concert tonight. So.
What are you going to do? Friday night's pizza night?
I may go pick up a pizza, and then I may just knock out the rest of White Lotus.
First season.
I'm on second season now.
Wow.
It's only 6 episodes. So
Yeah.
It's all right. It's just it's so slow.
I kind of like that though. If you have the time, like it's not a show. Sometimes I'll watch a movie and I'll be like, I didn't think that was very good, but I was not really paying much attention. White Lotus, you have to pay attention to, right, Jackson? Don't you think that's what you got to lock into?
And with the slow, I only watched White Lotus week by week, so
yeah.
I was like all week. I was desperate for the little nuggets they give in every episode.
Little nuggets, Doug.
Whereas if you're looking at
boxes on the hillside. Hilltide.
I thought it was Hillside.
That's what I said.
No. Is it Hilltop or Hillside?
I think Hillside. Is it little boxes on the hill?
I'll have to rewatch Weeds. But it's like
Hillside.
if you're looking at it from a grand scheme, I guess you could be a little slow. But like week by week, there's a lot of meat in each episode.
Yeah, but to me, there's a lot of things that just take too long to develop, and it kind of drags out. Now,
the second season that happens.
Alexandra Daddario.
Daddario.
Oh my God.
Which one is she?
She plays she's like the main character.
She plays the rich guy's wife.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I think she is the only one that showed any type of nudity. I mean, I've seen nudity on 5 shows, and it's all guys' butts, and one guy's showing his junk with his balls.
Who did that?
The guy thought he had cancer.
Not the grandfather, I hope.
He thought he had cancer of the balls.
Oh, yeah, Steve Zahn.
Yeah, so he's sitting there holding his thing while the balls are jiggling.
Now that's gratuitous nudity.
Yeah, but only her, and she was laying in bed, so it's kind of like, wasn't full on.
She's beautiful, though.
She is.
And in season 2, I kind of like the guy who's got caught masturbating to his computer when he got done with his run.
Oh, you're gonna hate him. He's a douchebag.
But I dig
It
his.
is the
I dig
biggest
his
simp
wife.
douchebag since the loom story.
Aubrey Plaza.
I dig his wife.
Aubrey Plaza.
Doug Aubrey Plaza,
Yeah,
host
she
of
is
Saturday Night Live next week. Is it next week?
Really?
Oh, really?
She is wonderful.
I'll have to watch it. Yeah, I dig her.
She's known for Parks and Rec. She was big on Parks and Rec.
Yeah. So I mean, I think I'm in episode 3. It's only got 3 or 4 episodes left, but yeah, it's fine. It's just kind of slow for me.
Armand in season 1 at one of the better
Yeah, he
characters
was
of
kinda-
any like.
He was
that guy was pure gold.
He was outstanding. Yeah, we it's 9:55, Doug. I just gotta
Oh,
right
just have to.
in. Design here. Sometimes dreams are tough to understand, especially when it's a naked golf dream that Boppy completely made up on the fly. Boppy. But this email isn't about Boppy's fabricated story from yesterday. It's about irony. Come in late from break and ask to recap what you missed. So in other words, let's recap what just happened. The very thing you belittle Swope for doing in his emails. Then Homeboy starts shaking when Learn comes into the studio. I damn near ran the red light on Olive to bring in one of my blood pressure pills to help him out. They work wonders. Crazy thing is, right on the side effect label, you may not be able to obtain an erection. Yet here I am emailing in, fantasizing about biting off those white buttons on that dreamboat in the top right corner of his shirt, and then take this sweaty sconge and rub it all over his man chest? Sconge? Rumple Stiffskin.
Now, top right would be
Rumple
Tim.
Stiffskin. He's
I don't
new.
think I have any buttons on, though.
Yeah, so I don't know
You can
what's
take my top off. I know a lot about getting producers fired, and it's great. How's Jackson's obnoxiously long audio postcard? We're gonna bring that back. How about that whole deal? Never mind that Janie the lesbian is calling in to chat with the white straights for the first time in years, so that Iggy can offer his sperm to yet another married woman. Let's play multiple clips of a bunch of New York radio toughs that nobody here cares about playing slap and tickle. Jesus, boy, Jackson, you really are getting a lot of...
That was funny. People are so lame.
Oh my God, Jackson!
One person doesn't like it, and everyone's like, "Oh, yeah, whatever." I gotta pee.
Oh, you're leaving now? He's gone.
Everybody's leaving.
Get that
Now
time-lapse
he's
camera.
crestfallen.
You don't have a camera on him.
Since Janie asked me to take it easy on Ken, I'm going to stick up for our favorite tardy radio personality. The listeners bitch when he hijacks the show. They bitch when he breathes into the mic. They bitch when he's in studio. They bitch when he's not in studio. Ah, yes, the bitching listeners. Iggy's not Kenny Boyer. He's more like Pedro Guerrero, who did miss a game in 1989 after getting Mickey Finn by a pair of broods in Houston.
Right.
Iggy was on his way to get Mickey Finn by that telepersonals lady and her bluesier husband who lived on one of the state streets, #old money, but Iggy just finished and left before the end of the second period. Iggy doesn't take orders from Kerry Kittles or any of the other douchebag listeners. If management asks him to do something, he does it, unless they're asking him to stay off his phone while he needs to respond to emails from last week or invite married women to a concert tonight in St. Paul, Minnesota. Overall, Iggy is a team player. When Hubbard says jump, Iggy says how high, unless they're asking him to take a 4-day paid trip to Jamaica. In that case, Iggy will bend over backwards trying to get out of it until his Make-A-Wish Foundation caliber prize package terms are met. Squirting isn't pee. Fight me. That's from Buck Swope.
Oh, Buck Swope.
For the record, I didn't ask for anything.
Nice little email, Buck.
Tim, thank you for the lovely Christmas card. Like everyone else in the bi-state region, I got your card in the mail mixed in with the weekly Schnucks ads. But the real reason I'm contacting you today is to say that I have tickets to the Beatles concert tonight, and I'm looking for a married woman to accompany me. I've texted a few feelers so far, but none have responded to my offer. Well, maybe they responded. Maybe they haven't. I don't know because I left my phone at home as senility aggressively creeps into the mushy spot where my brain used to be. I have so much on my mind, like showing up late, not uploading the podcast, slurping coffee, producing a Facebook cooking show for 8 sads, smacking my lips, and watching Spanish-speaking soap operas, that it's hard to remember stuff sometimes. So here are the details. The Beatles are playing at Shea Stadium tonight, August 15th, 1965. I'll double-check the dates and venue, but I'm pretty sure the concert's tonight. Oh, by the way, earlier when I said I had tickets, I meant to say I wrote my name on a list at work, and sometimes my bosses take pity on us heavy-breathing lumberjacks by giving us free tickets to bands that were mildly popular 30 years ago. Much like my passport, I don't physically have the concert tickets in my possession yet, but they'll be here in time. So who's coming with me? That's from the JV golf coach.
Yeah. JV golf coach.
And finally, excuse me, Plowsy. I know you're opening yourself up by speaking from the heart in a vulnerable manner about your daily struggles with the courageous decision to quit smoking, which deserves more time than I'm going to allow. But let me just shoehorn myself in here by cutting you off mid-sentence because whatever you just said reminded me of something I would prefer to talk about instead, which I thought of while I was out there roaming the hallways mid-segment like a held-back student ditching class without a hall pass. And by the way, before I hijack my own hijacking here, because even my attention craves attention, you people should be ashamed of yourselves. After that oh-so-important video someone clipped of me not working during work, I didn't have time to make Mark Close uncomfortable with a forced interaction in close quarters in the narrow hallway out there. But back to my original point. You guys know that Herman's Herbert song where he talks about wives? What's up with that? Anyways, you guys go ahead and snack on this little nugget of provocative thought. When was audio invented? Alrighty, I'm going to get out of here to poke my head into another studio to see if they want to talk about me. Thanks. That's from the long-anticipated Maddie Dreads interview with special guest Susie the Barista.
Susie who?
The Barista. Oh.
Long anticipated. We'll call him. Well, he's new. Some really good ones I thought today. Buck Swope with a darn nice email. JV golf coach was good. I'm going to go with the fella right there at the end. Long anticipated something or other.
Yeah, Maddie Dreads interview.
That was the third time in 2 weeks that I had Swope penciled in until the last email. So I'm going to go with Susie Cream Cheese or
Susie the Barista.
There she is. Congratulations, Susie. You have won the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today. It's 10 o'clock. That means Jackson and I are on the air right now on 101, but yet we're here. This has been the Ryan Kelly Morning After from the Michelob Ultra Studios.